Two defeated. Congratulations! This game's winner is Kirby. Congratulations! This game's winner is Kirby. Congratulations! This game's winner is Kirby.
So John Madison is just like, I don't like this song.
I don't like it.
It's too much Transformers masturbating.
Not even like
So
that.
seriously, that's where we're going, like
If it was
right off the bat.
If it was Transformers masturbating, the song would be "You got the touch, you got the power."
No, it would be the Divinals. I touch myself.
Oh God. When I start to-
And then afterwards, it'd be like, "Dare to be stupid, do. Dare to be stupid."
Jesus. All right, guys, let's start the show.
Distance nerding.
Ho, hey, ho, hey, ho. Ho.
Hello. What is going on?
What
With the
is
hello,
happening?
hello.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. We are here. Oh, yeah, it is Taco Tuesday. You guys know what that means. You are now watching and listening and experiencing Distance Nerding.
Part of the Comic-Con Radio Podcast family.
Oh, yeah.
She's Frey Girl.
He's young Phil.
And he's the Jamez 5000. And
Eh.
we're
And
We're
we're
here.
here to nerd together.
together.
Sometime in the near future.
Nailed it for the 142nd time. We're talking anything pop culture, news, movies, music, food, wrestling, strikes, Comic-Cons, whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it.
Barbie. What?
Barbies.
All the
Who
bar,
said that?
bro. All the
Damn
Hasbro.
it. Those ghosts, I'm telling you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us on the Instagrams, the Facebooks, the Twitters. I'm sorry, it's the X's, formerly
No, it's Twitter.
Twitters, the Twitch, the Threads, the YouTubes, all, and of course at the Discord, all at Distance Nerding. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to tell us how much you love us, if you want to tell us how much you hate young Phil screaming into the microphone at the beginning of the show every single time, just ruining everybody's ears and days, let us know over at Dist.
Oh my goodness. Don't forget, we got t-shirts, brand new t-shirts, $20 or $25 if we got to ship it to you.
Yeah. What about the hats?
We got a hat. Come get a hat. We got merch, people.
Move along.
And snerding at AOL.com.
Oh, wait. We just got an email. And it says, yeah, it's here. It says, "Hi, guys. It's me." Doesn't say who me is. And then it says, "Long-time listener, first-time emailer," of course, right? You would obviously say that on there. And then it says, "I don't like when Phil does the dubby and touches his fingers.
Oh, that's definitely James sending
A concerned fan
I'm right here.
for Phil's physical health and James's." Oh, and he spelled James wrong. Sorry,
See?
James.
See? It's not me.
It can't be James because why would he spell his own name wrong?
Yeah.
Right.
But they did say for your actual like mental health.
For my mental health. My
My
mental
mental health.
No, not yours. James's mental
James.
health. Your physical health, his mental health, and they didn't mention me at all. So rude.
Rude.
As you're touching your lips with your fingers.
Rude.
Rude. They are the rickest of the rudes. Woo!
Yeah.
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 Oh, wait, were we waiting on that?
L.A. Night. Yeah.
Do we have a show to do? What's happening?
No. So, guys, you tuned into the wrong
We'll
show.
I was gonna say we'll
all
fix
LA
it in post.
This is the All LA Night All the Time podcast.
L.A. Night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's really get into it here because let's get into what's on deck. This week on deck, we've got the Geek End Update.
It's con time. Well, it's been con time. Still con time. We're continuing con time.
Wait, here's Arnold saying it. It's con time.
It's con time.
It's con time, everybody.
Good. Get out there. Do your cons. Do it
Con.
now.
Here,
Now
Here-
it's the time. This is a con.
Do it.
Here's, here's Yelena. Here's Yelena. Is it con time? It's con time. He's like, I can go to con now.
God. All right, guys. Lights, camera, reaction.
Everything MCU is glitching. There's a lot of
Itching?
going on.
Yeah.
Glitching, not itching, glitching.
Glizzing? We're going to do glizzy?
Glamming? Are they glamping?
Jeez.
Good.
Rumors.
It's good. We're just gonna add in more impersonations. It's good. Where are we? Rumors? Sure. She-Hulk. I invented She-Hulk. It's getting a second season. Sure. I'm gonna be directing it. It's great.
I wanted to watch it until just then.
It's like, stop. All right. The download.
Does Barbie have a Swifty new contender for the top movie? Huh?
I know. The Swifties could do it if anybody could.
Got to get
Lot of
Swifty in
crossover
here. Oh, God. And then, of course, we're ending the show this week with the breakdown.
We're pergoling our way to break down Ahsoka episode 3.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be great. It's going to be good.
You're not gonna do it. You can't even get me to do it. If I did do it, it'd be good.
It'd be the best ever.
Oh, man. Before we get into any of that, let me get a shout out.
Shout out to Poddex. See, now I can't stop doing it. Why did you make me do this? In fact, this episode is powered by Poddex. Poddex are a unique interview question and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. If you're a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster or an ex-president that doesn't let anybody talk, it's good. Looking to grow your audience, get more engagement, MAGA. Level up with Poddex and check out poddex.com. Use code nerding10 for 10% off the decks, off the merch, off the hats, off the mugs. I'm trying to think what else they have. T-shirts. That's right. Young fella has a T-shirt. You're welcome, by the way. Yeah, and they got a subscription service too. So go check that out. Poddex.com. Use code nerding10 for get all those Poddex questions.
Yeah. Now, of course, if the show is brought to you, the channel and everything brought to you by Poddex, then you may be wondering where the energy that young Phil currently has and always has comes from. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you what it is. It is the beautifulness that is Dubby. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Dubby contains no melto. Well, Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes, which means it's keto friendly. Dubby contains Neurofactor. It's a neurotropic derived from the coffee fruit. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity with 150 milligrams of caffeine and 3 essential B vitamins. That's right, I said 3 essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized. Find out more about Dubby at www.dubby.gg. Use the code NERDING10. Get 10% off your order. It is awesome. It is delicious. I didn't grab any water, so I can't make any right now.
Oh my God, this guy.
I'm doing promo before the show, all right? I'm frustrating him because I'm not drinking Dubby right now. Hey, at least you don't have to watch me lick my fingers, okay?
That is very true.
Right.
Oh my gosh, the email came true.
See, there you go. Thank you, listener, that gets my name wrong.
Yeah.
That is 100% not James at all.
Mhm.
Because that was not James that sent that message in because I had to throw him off because I had to spell my name wrong.
There you go. It's his evil twin from a parallel universe.
Yeah, it's his evil twin. Ames.
Remember Star Trek?
Yeah.
This
my
is a
favorite
side
episode.
of both of you I have never seen before, and it's glorious.
Somebody has been watching Cable Guy and it's glorious.
Oh man.
What do we got next?
I mean, isn't it the Geekin update?
The Geek Nerding is on Comic-Con Radio. Listen to Distance Nerding and our second show, A Comic Conversation, via comiccon-radio.com. Look for Distance Nerding podcast, even this episode, and a new comic conversation each week on comiccon-radio.com/podcast. Somebody's going to pop it into the chat because that's what we do. We pop things. We pop them. Pop it in. Pop
it. Whoa. Before you do that, James, I need you to pop your collar.
Pop my collar on my new Distance Nerding shirt. Oh,
and there it is.
Feature me. I'm the.
I thought we were doing magnitude. Pop.
Look at me. Look.
He's gonna get mad at me for not wearing one right now.
Oh, you're not wearing one. I didn't even notice. I wasn't gonna say anything, but now that you say that, you should be wearing one of these new brand new shirts.
I'm wearing an unknown Oklahoma shirt.
Hey, to be fair, I wore one on Saturday and you didn't.
Yeah, but you brought me one, so that's perfect.
I did.
It's perfect. Hey, do we have a new comic conversation up right now? I know we had Matt's.
It should be Rita Repulsa. I sent it in.
Oh, you're not supposed to say it.
I mean, yes, we should have it up.
Okay. We'll see. So the next one, whether it's up or not, is going to be Carla Perez. Rita Repulsa from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers herself. That's awesome. She was so cool. I was so happy to talk to her. Talked about the show, talked about her career, talked about being Filipino in Lumpia. It was great.
So what's the next show, guys?
Oh, speaking of, well, we should have Say Wong on the show because he could have talked to us about SAC Anime this past weekend. Looks like it was a lot of fun. There was so many cosplayers over at SAC Anime.
And unfortunately, neither of us could go because we were both had other commitments going on. But yeah. It looked like it was a blast.
Mm-hmm. SAC Geeks were there.
Yeah.
Beehive was there. Toy Fusion was there. It was great. Speaking of Beehive, we went to the 5th anniversary of Beehive Collectibles here in Sacramento. It was so awesome to hang out with Av and his crew. All the Beehovians, all the bees, all the killer bees. I don't know what they're called. Filipino. I think they're called Filipino.
Filipinois. That's how it is.
It was good. We went to a brewery, had a good old time, got to play some games. So shout out to everybody that went out to Beehive Collectibles 5th anniversary. I met some actually really cool collectors out there. And you know, what was nice is that we were just kind of hanging out chatting. And I'm like, so how do you guys know Av? They're like, oh, it's all from the Funko Fun Days. And we're a big community. I'm like, where are you from? And they're like, we're from Fresno. You know, I'm like, you drove all the way up here just for this? He's like, of course, we love Av. I'm like, how cool is that? You know,
it's pretty awesome.
Building a community via Funko Pops and collecting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was super cool. Av was great. We got T-shirts, we got toys, we got pins, we got collectors items. It was great. Kids were all happy. So
your kids got the Chase pins that Av put out.
They got the glow in the dark. Pins. It was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was good times. Oh, so that was this past weekend, SAC Anime and Beehive's 5th anniversary. Shout out to them. And we got to meet like all the average nerds and the average magic nerds, you know, 2 podcasts that we hang out with every now and again, but we got to see them all at once. So it was kind of cool. But upcoming, we got Lake Tahoe Comic-Con, September 23rd and 24th. I think Sam Jones is going to be there. Flash Gordon. And then we got some, I think there's 2 or 3 Star Wars guests. So C. Andrew Nelson is going to be there. Friend of the show. And friend of the show, Alan Fernandez.
Yeah.
Will be there. Tusken Raider, an original Tusken Raider himself will be there. That's going to be awesome. So that's September 23rd, 24th, Lake Tahoe Comic-Con. Then the following weekend, Heroes Fest down in Fresno. Speaking of Fresno, Heroes Fest to support Project Wish Upon a Star. Young Phil's going to go down there, Rec Shop. Everybody's going to love him. This is what happens.
No wreck shop.
He's the loudest guy in the room with the biggest smile. He's infectious with his positive energy, and everybody loves this guy. And I'm like, young Phil, have you given out any cards or have given out any stickers? He's like, no, that's your job. I'm here to make everybody else happy. I'm like, okay, fine. So young Phil's gonna go down there, have a good old time, and then for us, our next in-person hosting show is gonna be Metal Art Comic Con, October 7th in Grants Pass or the Oregon. We're going back to Oregon,
man.
It's gonna be awesome.
Oregon.
Gonna see some
Oregon.
amazing friends that we've met over the past year or two there. It's gonna be awesome. I love going to Metal Art Comic Con. Check it out. I know the lineup.
Oregonians.
Oregonians.
Yeah, we're Oregonians.
Speaking of, we met Amy Hun Lee and her boy toy husband Sean, who are from Michigan.
It was
And I'm
definitely
like,
Andy.
and I'm like, do you say Michigonians, Michiganites? And he's like, it's Michiganders. I'm like, get the hell out of here. Are you kidding me right now? Because I can't tell. And he's like, no, I'm so serious. It's Michiganders.
Yeah,
I have
you
no
didn't
idea.
know that?
No.
You did you know that?
Yeah, Michiganders. Yeah.
No, that's not a real word. Is it
Yes,
really a real?
it is.
Is it?
That's
No.
that really is it.
No. I still don't believe it.
Not everybody's an onion.
My wife is from Michigan, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't think that's a real thing." So come on, I don't.
She's also from the Yooper, so I mean that's they're
Yeah, that's different. They
yeah,
call themselves something different.
they're their own separate thing, man.
Yeah, they're from Escanaba, up in the Yupa. But shout out to Escanaba. We got a good following up in Escanaba. Anyway, Metal Art Comic Con, October 7th, Grants Pass, Oregon. MetalArtComicCon.com for all the information. All right, let's get into it. What's young Phil doing? What's he doing?
What am I doing? I don't know.
Well, he doesn't have water, so he doesn't have W.
He's like playing Wordle.
So
while I'm
he's
giving
not-
a little.
I'm trying to work on the sound the soundboard and everything. I'm just trying to make sure everything works. Oh god.
I
Make sure the
haven't
show
seen
works.
most of these actually.
The
The trailers. Yeah, I haven't seen most of them.
Well, let's get into it. This is going to be good.
Yeah.
I'm
This-
excited.
It is now time because, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the show. It's time for some lights, camera, reaction.
Quiet on the set. Can we please have quiet on the set?
One of these days, I will record for that so we can replace it and it can be way more campy.
Yeah, and it's not going to be, something that we stole from Mike Miznanian.
Anyway, let's get into the. Let's not say steal. We don't want to say steal.
Homage.
From-
It's an homage.
It's an
It's an homage to Mike Miznanian. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. I like that better.
Yeah, sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this first trailer. So we're getting the second trailer for Loki season 2.
But this is our first trailer.
I thought we had a trailer already for Loki
Trailer.
season
But this is our first trailer. And you said, but this is the second trailer.
2. Okay, so it's our first trailer we're watching. It's the second trailer for Loki.
Oh, clearly you haven't ever seen who's on first. But okay, let's continue.
What's on second?
Marvel.
I don't know. Third base.
I'm trying to remember the other name, like the outfielders, because they had other names too.
They were phrases. They were more like, what are you talking about? Let's do this one more time. Like, it was that kind of stuff. It gets like, yeah.
Have you ever heard? I'm sorry, I'm detracting right here, but have you ever heard Pinky and the Brain doing who's on first and what's like that whole
No, I haven't.
so they went and did that whole skit as Pinky and the Brain.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's amazing. I'm gonna have to send it to you later. So
wait, before we do one more thing and we'll do it because it's it has nothing to do with this at all. Rick and Morty doing they did
the trial.
the trial.
Yes.
Have you seen? Oh my gosh, I love that so much.
That was an
It is
court transcript.
yes. It was like, what? And now I'm like, do
Shut
Daryl
up.
Brooks. Do Daryl Brooks.
What did you just tell me to do? You're out of line.
I know. It was just, oh my God, it's great.
I'm gonna hold you in contempt.
That's not even a tangent. That was like a hard turn.
No, because he
Flippy-oo-y.
was talking about them doing the Who's on First with different characters, which sparked my, oh my God, Rick and Morty did this incredible trial thing that is like the best thing on the internet.
Yeah, it was really funny when it came out.
Oh,
That was back
so
when,
many.
that was back
so
when it was in
many.
its infancy too. So all right, so guys, going into this again, I'm really excited for season 2. There's a lot of reveals we're gonna be getting. I'm kind of hoping for, like, you know how we play the game on Nerd Out, like
Yeah.
the game, like what's gonna happen in the next episode. I cannot wait for Loki just so we can play that game.
Right. I know. I'm really excited about it. I feel like Secret Invasion, I mean, the game was horrible, and I'm really mad that they didn't do Scroll of the Week because they should have fucking done that. But
Oh my God, you know what? Let's just do the surprise right now. Frey doesn't cuss very often.
I don't. And yeah, so I'm pretty mad about that.
What about
I'm like, yeah, I got beef with Secret Invasion now, people. It's official. I got beef. We're in a blood feud. It's happened. But no, so I'm really excited. I think the Ahsoka game seems to be going a little bit better. Not as many like, oh, hey, yeah, nothing like that could have even happened because this sucks. But yeah, so I think by the Loki game, we will have plenty of fun with that. I don't know what we're going to give away for that. So who knows? But yeah.
But again, just the level of excitement specifically for Loki, guys.
Oh, I'm super excited for Loki. This is like one of my favorite Disney MCU shows. I'm trying to think if there's one
Besides Mandalorian, like this show is like it kind of blew up Disney Plus, right? Because it was between Loki and
WandaVision.
did a really good job too. But I mean, like Loki brought in a lot of subscribers, and
Yeah.
so did the Mandalorian. Like those
Yeah.
were the two shows that kind of like brought a lot of people in.
Yeah. No, I agree. WandaVision was the first one, and people didn't know how to react to it because it was
Mhm.
the very first MCU show. And I think that's what hindered it because I feel like the WandaVision story, I think WandaVision, Loki, Moon Knight, and Werewolf by Night, but that's a special. But there was one more, Miss Marvel. I think have the strongest stories, whereas like She-Hulk is the only sitcom I see in MCU right now, and like really even in Disney Plus. I mean, there's a lot of like kids or young adults or that kind of stuff that's sitcom like, but this is like the only one of the like fandom stuff that, and I feel like She-Hulk was that. Anyway, sorry, I need W2 apparently. But yeah, no, I'm really excited about Loki. And yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. Sylvie, I think, is probably one of my favorite breakout characters
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a good
of
character.
any show. Yeah, like Jimmy Woo. I love me some Jimmy Woo, but we already knew him. We knew him from a little movie called Ant-Man 2.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's actually a good little game. Like favorite supporting character to come out of a MCU Disney Plus show. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would,
ooh, that would be a
Sylvie's
good
right there.
bracket.
The Filipino,
Yeah.
I'm saying the Filipino dude that had the Infinity Stones in Loki.
Oh, you're talking
back.
about yeah, he's back. It's what is his name? Not Chad, not Charles.
not James.
Corey?
Since people get that wrong.
Corey,
I think it was Corey.
Colby, Corey, something like that. Anyway, and I think that's his name. It's something like that in the show. And but no, yeah, he was actually one of my favorites in Loki.
pretty
I
fun.
loved him, and I loved the lady that he kept ringing the bell, like the library lady. the archives woman. I loved her too.
Okay, let's get
so-
into this. I'm excited for this. I'm excited. Let's get,
Trailer.
I miss some Loki. There's been so much up and downs. I feel like Loki's gonna, finally like ground us and put us on a good path.
I think that Loki and WandaVision had a better time because they had more time to prepare because of COVID, so that they got shut down and like they had more time. Anyway, I think hopefully we'll get back to this level of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. You guys can continue it.
All right, let's
I
go.
was gonna talk over it.
What I'm about
I thought we
to
were
do.
supposed to talk
Glitchy.
over to you.
Yeah,
Are
we
we
are.
supposed to talk it? I mean, it is. It's
I-
glitching.
I kind of wanted to wait for your point there.
Okay. I'm like, I can make a point over all this.
Through time.
Okay, so I
Whoa.
love that they're messing with time now. Right?
Yeah.
Like, before it was just multiverse stuff. Now they're actually messing with time. And I kind of like
I'm telling you, he's Doctor Who.
That's right.
Actually, she's Doctor
Ki Hugh
Who.
Kwan. Ki Hugh Kwan.
that's right. Hugh Kwan's in this now
Yeah.
too. I'm excited for that too.
You know what I loved? I love the little
Ki
action
Hugh Kwan
figure.
is in this now.
Yeah.
He's in this now.
Look at that. There's your Filipino guy.
There you go.
It looks, the way he said again.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Yeah.
like, are they trying to fix time? They're trying to go back and fix time over and over and over. So this is gonna be
Or
interesting.
he has to, or it's gonna like have a Groundhog Day kind of effect.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, where he's having to say it over because something doesn't get fixed and he has to go. He gets glitched back to that time and he has to tell them everything all over again and make a different choice. And then, yeah. So I mean, I think there might be that aspect to it to keep the humor in it, but they're just going to go dark with it a little bit more.
Mhm.
And I mean, the Kang that we're talking about this season, his name's Victor Timely.
Yes.
And suddenly time's not working right. And if it's after Ant-Man, maybe the Ant-Man Kang being sucked into the timey thing has made all these glitches start happening as well after the multiverse. I'm betting though it's probably has something to do with him being at the point in time where the multiverse got split and that's why he's glitching back and forth. I have a feeling that's probably part of
Mhm.
it.
Mhm.
So, and then they have to fix the timeline to get him to get back. And anyway, these are just some of the little things I've been thinking about recently about Loki. And I do already have a prediction about who I think Victor Timely is.
Okay. Okay.
I was like,
My
sorry.
prediction is
We're only like a month away.
say early on, Deadpool's going to show up as an Easter egg for the movie.
that would be amazing.
And the thing is,
way.
no, and you know why I think that is because the TVA are supposed to play a big part in the movie too. So
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to play a part. I think there's going to be a cameo.
Or like a post-credit scene at on the last episode or
Right.
something.
It's either going to be a post-credit scene or it's going to be like a quick one-off cameo where like they walk by a cell and they have a variant of Wade inside of the cell. Because that's the other thing is they just announced that there's going to be multiple variants of Deadpool in Deadpool 3. So, I mean, kind of establishing that he has this. Like, what would be cool is if they did an homage to Deadpool Kills, which is what Deadpool 3 is supposed to be about, and had like evil Deadpool in a cell.
Back to Loki.
Oh, I mean, this is about Loki. What I'm saying is that I think he's going to show up in the show.
I think
but-
if Deadpool shows up, he's going to be in the McDonald's waiting on some chicken nuggets. They're going to have the whole scene, and then
that would be
the
what we
camera's
want.
going to pan over, and it's going to be like Deadpool waiting for some chicken nuggies. That's how.
No,
that's
he
what I
would
think it's
be
gonna
waiting for a breakfast burrito.
Yes.
He likes wraps.
You just sit there and like, why is everybody looking at me? I'm waiting for burrito.
Right.
Or
Right.
actually, no, it's more like he just comes in frame and he's like, can I have my salsa? And then he gives the salsa pack and then he just goes.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what I would want is
Yeah.
just I don't want like a full on Deadpool in the scene. Like I want, just a quick like cameo walk in, just and I want it to be off putting as hell. Like I don't want it to be something where it's like predictable, like Deadpool was, this seems like a place where he's gonna walk in. I want him to just randomly show up in a scene and just be like, okay, that made no sense.
Or they could do like remember last season where everybody was convinced that the woman in the background was a Peggy Carter variant.
Hmm.
Remember that? Like so in just like a TVA scene, you see like not even it clearly, you just see this red and black like figure going like with some TVA agents, and you're like, was that Deadpool? You know, you're like, what? And then later, like you might see like out like as they're walking, you see like Deadpool there. You're like just like he's in the TVA thing, but he's still got the mask on because nobody wants to see his face like that. And so, and it's like, what was that? You know, just like randomly little things like that. That's what I want. I want them to gaslight us. This is the only series that I would allow to gaslight us in any significant way.
Let Loki do anything. Loki can get away with anything.
He's the
God of
trickster
mischief.
god.
God of
That's what
mischief.
he's that's what he's supposed to be. So it's like he's
Yeah.
more chaotic than our little Miss Wanda.
I can't believe we're only a month away from this.
I
I'm
know.
excited. October 6th on Disney Plus.
So ratings, guys, on the trailer. What's on a scale of 0 to 10? How much do you want to watch the show more because of the trailer?
Well, I will say, like, this gave me a little bit of a storyline or a potential storyline, so I'm kind of intrigued by it. I give this 9 chicky nuggies from an old school McDonald's. I don't even know if they had chicken nuggies back then, but then out of
No, they
10
didn't.
Chicky nuggies weren't introduced until 8.
Don't interrupt me when I'm talking. Out of 10 helmets, Loki helmets with the horns, even though I know chicken nuggies weren't invented.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Who gives this guy the soundboard? Okay, young Phil, go ahead. You want to talk? Tell us what it is.
Move along.
So I actually knew chicken nuggies weren't invented then, but I just figured I'd chime in and say chicken nuggies.
He got
'cause
stuck
chicken
on
nuggies are
chicky
funny.
nuggies.
Yeah, no, I was waiting for it. I was waiting because I knew I know James enough to know. It was like, hey, go ahead, young Phil. so I can interrupt you. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Interrupting cow. Moo.
So moo. It's
Moo.
so moo.
So moo. All right, I'm gonna give this
Sweet and sour sauce wasn't actually the first sauce to come out, but
9 sweet and sour packets.
that's on top. That's on brand because Loki has the sweet and sauce packets right now.
Right. Out of 10 variants of Loki causing mayhem in the time stream.
Okay.
Give us your rating, Frey.
All right. I am gonna say
You're not gonna say? This is what you say.
I am gonna say. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to. There's so many jokes to be had, and it's so hard to just pick one.
A multiverse of jokes.
A multiversal, a verse, if you will,
A
of
multiverse
jokes.
of jokes. All of the jokes.
You better
All
get
right.
it straight, or I'm gonna ask
Okay.
you to mansplain barbecue.
Here we go.
Real pain.
I'm gonna give this 12 Szechuan
What?
sauces
Ooh.
out of 10. We're gonna see Croaky again.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Simple method.
You know why? You know why you fail, young Chavez? Because you don't try your best, dude. You just don't try your
12
best.
out of 10.
Ouch. Right there. All right. Let's move on to the next trailer here, guys. Boom. The Marvels got a new trailer.
100 million goose children out of oh, I'm sorry, we're not supposed to do the thing yet. Okay, let's go ahead and watch it.
All right, let's watch this trailer.
It gets pretty
Moon.
lonely out here.
It's the moon.
Okay.
Did you
no,
see? Did you see Goose? Did
Yeah.
you see Goose?
Goose was her co-pilot. Aw, how cute is that?
Funny thing is, like, that's how you know for sure that Goose is an alien because he's just out there breathing in space.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if she gives off like her own electromagnetic force, she could cover Goose in it if he's touching her. So that could be how he's doing it too.
But what if she like? What if she has that like electromagnetic force and she like farts in it? Does that mean?
Well, then it'd be really stinky inside of it if she
Okay.
were in space. If she
So-
weren't in space, she wouldn't need it. So I don't understand why we're having this conversation.
I don't understand.
So,
either.
so she is gonna wear her her mask, is from what it seems in the trailer. And I like her with the mohawk. I think she looks better with the mohawk as a character.
I see. I was never. I like the mohawk, but I was never really a fan of the really short hair that she had. I wasn't a fan of that, and so. I mean, and at this point, are masks really even a thing in the MCU anymore? Everybody knows who everybody is.
Right. Well, like for
So, I
her,
mean-
it's because the way they incorporated it is like more of a protective helmet, and that's what it does
Yeah.
with her hair when she puts the helmet on.
Yeah. No, I mean, I knew that. I'm just saying there's not really a point for her to do it. Everybody knows Carol Danvers is Captain Marvel.
Right.
I mean, it's not, well, I mean, not everybody. I guess everybody in the superhero world would know, but not everybody else. Yeah.
There's something about this Beastie Boys track that just gives me all the vibes.
I think it's the perfect because it's three guys, right? Beastie Boys, there's three of them, right?
Right.
And they all come together and they all like sing different lines and stuff. So they all have to work so well together to make the song work. And those three have to work as well together to make the powers work.
It's like
and
a band of
themselves,
misfits.
yeah, but and also that Intergalactic song is just perfect for this movie because it's that boss ass bitch vibe and that bitchy boss vibe all in one, and you need that for those three because when Carol's not being bitchy, you know Monica's gonna be bitchy, and you know, well, I don't think Kamala has any kind of bitchiness in her at all. So she'll just fangirl instead. That's her go-to. But yeah, you know there's gonna be some, oh, where have you been? Oh, where have I been? Well, I've been saving the universe. Oh, really? Well, I got powers. Where were you when I got powers? Where were you when mom died? And then you've got, you know, Kamala over there going, hi guys, I'm such a big fan of both of you. Oh my god. And did you know that your cat can swallow people? That's exactly what will happen.
Oh God, the scene in the trailer. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love
All right,
it.
Frey, what do you rate it?
So I really love that they did this where they gave kind of a little snippet of each one of them separate. Like, hey, this is what happened to Carol. This is how she's got here. This is what happened to Monica. This is how she got here. Here's what happened to, is it Kamala or Kamala? It's Kamala, right?
It's Kamala.
And then and having her origin. And I think that's really cool. I like that. I love stuff like that. You guys know that. I love stuff like that. But I'm going to give it, I'm not kidding. I'm going to give it,
This is where you give the rating.
I know. I'm going to give it, I mean, you know what? Listen here, old man.
You're the one pausing. You're taking the long old man pause right now.
I am immortal. I have earned these long
Okay.
pauses.
All right. You're right. Okay.
All right. I'm going to give it 15
Okay.
Carol Golden Stars out of 15 Lil Flirkin kittens. Little baby Flirkin. Little baby Flirkin.
Flirkin' kittens.
You're abusing your powers now. 15 out of 15. Come on. Come on.
Did you give me a rating system? No, sir, you did not. You just said rate it. This is my rating.
Hi. Okay. All right. All the rules are out the door.
Wheel
What?
of Time, by the way, excellent. All 3 episodes. Just off topic, but I love it. Anyway, go ahead.
Go ahead, John.
Okay, me. I'm into this. I like this. I actually had fun during the first Captain Marvel, and I've liked Miss Marvel. I think she's fun. It's a good jumping off point. And this has like fun energy, and I think that's I've just been missing that. You know, whatever we're in, phase 4, phase 5 has been kind of a downer.
Phase
There's
107.
A lot of vibes after Endgame. There's been a lot of vibes, so I'm excited for the happy, the fun, the excitement. So I will give this 9 flirkins riding on your shoulder to 10 Kamala oh my gods.
So I am one of the few out there that's not getting superhero fatigue the way that the whole industry is saying everybody's got superhero fatigue.
I was gonna say clearly you haven't been listening to our ratings because we don't have it.
I know, right? But I mean, like, I'm not getting tired of these movies. It's not slowing down for me. I did enjoy the first Captain Marvel movie as much as some people didn't like it. I mean, there were some plot holes. There were a couple things that could have been fixed, but I mean, for the most part, the movie was fairly solid. So I mean,
It made $1 billion.
yeah, I mean, it was. Me and Jackie saw it. Well, I saw it once with Jackie, but I saw it 3 times in theaters.
Barbie?
I saw it twice in theaters. Yeah, and that's usually I think the only movie have seen more than the others is Guardians of the Galaxy 1, and that's because my best friend and I just loved it so much, and we had friends, so they just kept getting us into the shows.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
shout out to Matt Aguilar. He just put in the chat right now. He says, "Are we talking the Marvels? 10 out of 10, son."
Oh yeah,
10 out of 10, not 15 out of 15. 10 out of 10. He
you know
listens to the
what?
rating
I
system.
didn't say 12 out of 10. I said 15 out of 15, which
my
is
goodness.
exactly the same as 10 out of 10. I just added a 5 to each one.
Yeah,
So
now-
I'm
she-
going to need you to do this.
She gave it an extra badass rating, is what she did.
Yeah.
So
I was told there will be no math during this episode. So.
on the opposite spectrum, Geek Saga gave it 1 Beastie Boy out of 10 Carol farts in the energy shield.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
Oh look, Matt jumped it up. 15 out of 15. Okay, you are causing chaos. You are the goddess of mischief. It's supposed to be 10 out of 10. Well, now we're 15 out of 15.
Just call me Sylvie now, boys.
What is happening? I'm losing all control.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna give this. I'm also going to give this 9 awesome backstories in the trailer because they
I
went
thought
there.
you were going to say back rubs, and I was going to be like, I think you think this is a totally different movie than it is.
No, and if I was going to say backs, it would be 2 out of 3 backs.
Pornhub version of this movie. Relax.
It would be 2 out of 3 backsides.
Easy. All right.
I said it in the chat. I'm not going to say it on mic. Out of 10
Pauses.
amazing portrayals of different eras of Captain Marvel.
Okay. Well, now I'm excited. I'm even more excited. You guys got me super excited. I give it
Did we give you
17 and a half Barbenheimers out of 17 and a half Barbenheimers. Okay? I'm excited for this. This is going to be amazing.
Oh, man. Oh, God.
You guys really missed me last week, didn't you?
We always miss you when you're not. You're too busy getting fitted for cat ears and whatnot. Okay, what happened? Where are we?
They're corgi ears. Thank you very much.
Next trailer. We're getting into some Godzilla, guys.
More math? Godzilla -1? Oh my goodness.
Captain Marvel. Captain Marvelous.
Okay, let's see this. What do we got?
But okay, so we're getting into so they're making more. Toho is making more Godzilla movies in Japan, and we're getting another one here in the US. So
What'd you call me?
Toho.
Toho.
Oh, that's what I thought you called me.
Yeah,
All right.
you're a Toho.
All right. Fighting words. Here we go.
Yeah. You're a hoe that likes toes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this Godzilla trailer. I'm interested in seeing what this is going to be.
Will there be Mothra?
I don't know, but I know the big thing with this is that they're going back to like traditional Godzilla. Japan, I don't know if Toho just, I know, throw a boat. I don't know if Toho decided, hey, you know what? We like this take on Godzilla, so we're going to use this like this design.
Maybe. I mean,
That was awesome. He threw that battleship like it was Star Blazers and the battleship Yamato flying through the air. That was great. I mean,
Yeah.
that was cool.
you guys don't get that. You guys don't get that because you're too new school. That's old school. Star Blazers.
Oh man. No. So you know what, man? I was not I didn't know how I was gonna feel about this because I know that they were saying they were going back to like the old form of Godzilla and you know and all that. And I was thinking it was gonna be a guy in a suit because they still do that stuff in Japan, right? It looked awesome. It looked like a legitimate kaiju movie. Like just the Japanese take on what the US did, what Warner Brothers has been doing with Godzilla the last couple of years. But like with the Japanese sensibility, meaning that it's gonna be like more like a traditional Godzilla movie, which that kind of excites me for it.
I'm into it.
I like it.
I like the idea of a traditional Godzilla movie with like the newer take and look of Godzilla.
Yeah.
Why is Mothra the Nightwing of Godzilla movies?
Like the
A sidekick that
Grayson?
becomes its own monster.
No, a lot. Okay, so in the old ones, everybody was fighting everybody.
Right.
I loved those. I loved it. I loved little Godzuki. I thought Godzuki was amazing.
I hope they never make Godzuki in these movies because I cannot take it seriously.
That's the point. Anyway,
That's what I'm saying there was camp to the old movies, right?
what was the one? Rodan? Is that the one? Is that the other one that's like the pterodactyl looking one?
Yes.
Okay. So, but it's like they always like if he's going to fight somebody else, it's never going to be Mothra. And so I don't understand why they just don't bring Mothra in because it's like, and I have the same beef with Batman. It's like I swear they keep making these stupid origin stories so they don't have to bring Dick Grayson in and make him Nightwing because Nightwing will still Batman's thunder every single time. And I'm just sick of it. And I'm sick of Mothra not being in Godzilla. And I think that's going to impact my rating.
I don't know what's happening. What? How did we get to Robin and Batman?
No, she's saying Mothra is like they're never gonna bring Mothra in because Mothra's gonna take he's gonna take too much. But I mean, he was in King of the Monsters though.
Mothra is Godzilla's Robin? Is that
Yes.
Saying, but like Mothra was in King of the Monsters. Mothra was like the main antagonist in King of the Monsters.
Yeah,
the
but like that, we
Kaiju
hadn't
Wonder?
seen Mothra in forever, and it's like they kept making the Godzilla movies. Like, no, we're gonna redo the origin again. Oh, let's redo the origin. You know what? Go watch the first freaking movies. They're fantastic. You don't need to remake the origin. Just keep making the freaking movies, people.
Ooh, all right. I hear the take.
I like this.
That means Frey. I need your rating first.
I'm gonna give this
Mhm.
an 8. Oh my God, Godzilla. Out of why can't we get Godzuki? And that's 10 of those, baby.
If they do Godzuki, he's gonna be again. It's gonna be a serious take on it, and you're not gonna like it.
I will love it. You don't even know. I would adore that.
they
I
do a
want
take on
the
Godzilla.
blood dripping, head chewing off, limbs flying Godzuki that I have never gotten. Let's do this. I want them to blood and honey this bitch.
A night. Yeah.
I like it. That makes me happy.
Geek Saga in the chat. You remember that scene in Scanners when that guy's head blows up? Yeah, I felt great to have that moment right now.
All right, young Phil, what do you got?
Oh man, I am definitely giving this. Well, considering that going into the trailer, I was not expecting it to be what it was, and I'm actually really interested in watching this. I'm gonna give this 9 Godzilla, like new remake takes of Godzilla, out of 10 Tokyo's being destroyed once again.
How many times has Tokyo got to do that before we learn?
Tokyo's being destroyed by ships being thrown inside of the middle of the city.
I like. Wait, what is Eric saying? Young Phil, can you read that real quick?
I give it 4 hugs for James out of 5 jealous Phils.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
The love. Oh,
Night of O saying, yeah.
L.A. night. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
It's my turn. Let me talk to you. You got your ratings. I give this. You ready for this? I'm
Mhm.
excited. We haven't had a really good Godzilla in a while where it's just Godzilla. Like I don't need any monkeys. I don't need King Kong jumping around, you know?
I don't need any monkey.
We just need Godzilla up in this. I give this -1 out of -1. And I think that means almost like 10 out of 10. I have no idea because that's math.
I see what you did there, and we will take it.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Move along.
All right. So
All right. Keep going.
next trailer. Last one we're gonna do a reaction to here, guys. We've got a new trailer for The Continental.
Is that Mel Gibson?
That is Mel
Sorry.
Gibson.
Is he in this?
I didn't realize he was going to be in this.
Oh
We should
no.
do our homework.
This is not going to be a high one for me. I'm sorry.
Especially since he just announced the resurrection of Christ. The reason I laugh is because making jokes on the show for what movie shouldn't be made, Passion of the Christ 2 Resurrection reboot, and he just announced like earlier this week he's making Resurrection of the Christ, and
That is one of our interview questions that we use. It's like our pod deck interview celebrity panel, Comic-Con panel questions. What movie sequel should never be redone? And the funniest one we get is
Aaron Thicke. And Aaron Thicke sent us a message, or like on the show, he goes, Passion of the Christ 2 Resurrection reboot. Because it's a terrible movie. Just never make it. Right? And what's funny is when they announced it, he messaged us both. He goes, I was off by 1 word.
I can't believe they're making it.
He goes, they're making it, and I was off by 1 word.
Do you think it's gonna come out on Easter? Heyo, let's get into the trailer.
Move along.
Because he comes back. You didn't grow up Catholic? He comes back, right? Easter.
Exactly. All right, let's
He had a long weekend, people. Let's get over it.
I thought the Easter joke would go over.
it went over pretty well. I laughed at it.
I thought it was good.
I could tell by the silence.
All right,
You
here,
said let's move on. I didn't want to laugh
I'll
and
make it-
keep
I'll make
it
it better.
going.
James, I'll make it better for you.
Honestly, the laugh track does make it feel a little bit better.
Hmm.
Official trailer.
Let's do this.
All right.
Ooh, Kino. All right.
The movie itself is like an extension of John Wick.
Ah,
It's like his focus and his determination, and you see it in the scenes.
the
So it's really
Continental. The way you phrased it, it's like the Continental is like the internet. You can talk so much smack to somebody, but then when it comes time to like throw fists, it's like, hey,
neat. Well, like you can
just
have
kidding. Can't mess with me.
like they have a doctor that comes, and so let's say you get shot, you make it to the hotel, you can order a doctor to come up and stitch you up. And so it's like you can't. And then the person, if they come in,
Dr.
they can't
Dash.
even. Yeah. But I mean, it's anything. You can have guns brought to you. You can have all sorts of stuff. They're like a one-stop shop
Right.
with a hotel. So
Yeah.
basically an Airbnb.
It's a trip
Airbnb
because
for
like
assassins.
Yeah.
yeah,
Awesome.
it's like the hotel itself is like you can tell by the way that they have like the code words and everything set up. Like it's probably an actual hotel. People actually stay there. But at the same time, like the entire like assassin underground like network like is there. Is based there. So like like when he'll say something like I need a suit, and he'll say like I forgot what the line was. He asks for like a specific type of suit, and that's how they know they have to put armor in the suit and everything like that. Or
Yeah.
he'll ask for like a certain like a drink or something like that, and he knows that means he wants to go see the armor or something like that. Like it's a pretty cool kind of like concept, and that's how I know like or like my idea is that it's got to be like a regular hotel that people can stay at, but like because that's business in general, but then they also have this entire assassin network that is based out of the Continental itself.
Right.
Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Sorry, that's all you can think of when you said hotel.
So let's go with ratings here. One thing I didn't realize, because I said it in the trailer, that it's a 3-part series or 3-part event. So I guess I thought it was going to be like a full-on series. I thought it was going to be like a 10-episode series.
Oh, but it's more like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, it's a 3 event, so it's probably going to be like 3 hours long. It's going to be 3 like 1-hour episodes to tell the story, which I'm fine with. I mean, that just means we're going to get a more concise, better story.
Yeah,
that's what he said. He asked for evening wear.
The series will premiere on Friday, September 22nd, with episode 2 coming out on the 29th, and the third and final episode airs October 6th, which is the same day as Loki. Ooh, big day for y'all.
Yeah,
I like it.
What do you mean, y'all?
That stuff all on one day.
I mean, y'all. I can say y'all. Y'all's okay.
He's saying what she's saying is you mean you're not going to watch it?
I mean, I should watch the other 4 John Wicks before I get to the Continental.
But since it's a prequel,
after I watch the entire run of Bluey once more,
it's a prequel. So I mean, like you
don't necessarily need to. Yeah.
And it takes place in the 70s, which is like
no, you can't throw it. It's a prequel and be like, oh, you'll be fine. You need to watch the original.
3 decades before the events of John Wick. So I mean, like, there's going to be no tie-in to John Wick itself, aside from maybe introducing a character that doesn't even play that big of a role in the movie itself.
Yeah. But you gotta watch it so it's like you get all the Easter eggs, you get all the references. Otherwise, you're just watching a movie and you're like, okay, great. What is it? Okay.
No, that's why you watch it the second time.
Y'all, how about I just watch the John Wick? Why don't you guys rate it?
Well, your rating is how much does this win to want to watch John Wick?
Well, I mean, I don't know when I'm going to get to watch all 4 John Wicks and this.
Oh my god!
So I will rate this. It looks great. I'm excited. The references are fun. I will give this 8 bingos out of 10 blueies. How about that? Because
move along.
I think I'm going to watch that first before this. No offense.
All right, Frey, give us your rating.
All right, I'm going to give it 7 evening wear attire out of 10 golden coins.
Okay. It's a good reference. I
don't get that reference. See, I need to watch the movies before I can throw gold coins at people. All right.
No, you don't. It's currency.
It's current. It's actual currency.
Yeah.
Your Republic credits aren't good here.
They basically don't accept money. They only accept like gold in the form of like gold. So gold coins are their usual currency.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this 9 amazing scenes with shotguns in a sewer.
9 times.
Out of 10 badass stiletto fights.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I get
Yes,
that
yeah,
reference,
yeah.
but I
Yeah.
don't.
Or alternatively, 10 kills with a pencil.
You're referencing
What?
Joker.
I watched him kill a man with nothing but a pencil.
A pizza. A pizza.
And then in the second movie, he kills a bunch of dudes with a pencil and a book.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
spoiler alert. Come on, man. I have to watch
Dude,
these movies.
These movies have been out for a while.
Yeah, it's your fault for not watching them when they've been out for like the first movie came out like 10 years ago, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think
So
you guys
that's a big
understand-
Ibagua on you.
I don't think you guys understand how good Bluey is. Okay? You guys need to go watch Bluey, and then you'll understand like why it needs to be on your TV.
You know what I watched
Okay.
today? Push. I hadn't ever seen Push with Chris Evans and Dakota Fanning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it. It was pretty good.
You know what I watched today?
What?
Absolutely nothing, because as soon as I got off of work, I was working on the show.
You know what you're gonna watch after?
Ahsoka.
Me too.
A fucking pencil.
A fucking pencil.
A fucking pencil.
There's a lot coming out. So the Continental comes out Friday, September 22nd.
Mhm.
A couple weeks later, Loki on October 6th. It's gonna be
Mhm.
awesome. Good stuff going on.
Let's see. Marvel's is November 10th,
Mhm,
and then
mhm.
Godzilla -1 is December 1st.
You know who the minus
You
one
know,
is? Godzuki.
Because it is. That's what it is. -1 means bun in the oven. All right. And but that's kind of, because Godzilla, of course, you're going to have a Godzilla movie so close to Christmas, because that's the exact time when Godzilla movies should come out. I smell
Solid.
Oscar.
Okay, Young Phil, did everybody rate it? That's gonna rate it?
Yes, we rated. So let's
Yeah,
let's
we're done.
move on to the next part of the show, because our next whole little thing we got going on here, guys. It is now time to start some rumors.
I
Oh, righty then. Okay. Got one rumor. It's out of the MCU. Marvel's She-Hulk Attorney-at-Law is reportedly getting a second season.
yes.
Are we excited? We like
I
this?
am actually. You know what? There was a lot of people who made a lot of like negative comments about She-Hulk and how they didn't like the CGI, and
Some of them
everybody
are in
came
the
up-
chat.
like, I know, right? A lot of people came up with all their different excuses for why they didn't like She-Hulk. I'm here to tell you, She-Hulk was great.
It
She-Hulk
was.
had a really good story as far as that goes. It followed the comics really well, given that they changed her origin story, but it worked. And the change in her origin story was also less damsel in distress and more of just an accident that happened.
Preach, brother Phil.
You know, and I mean that's what it is. Like, you know, when I went back, I went back and read that origin, right? Like as soon as everything was, as soon as that first episode came out, and I was like, I was kind of like, they didn't do the origin story, and then I went and read it, and I'm like, honestly, the new origin is better.
It is, because in that one, she's like stalked by the mafia and the mob, and she's like taken down, like she's shot by
Right.
the mob. And it's like, no, that's not really a thing now. So of course you're going to update it. I mean, it is a thing, but it's not a thing. And we don't want to go that problematic with some of this stuff. So
The good thing about it is, like, what I liked about this was they built the relationship between her and her cousin. They they gave you a reason why he would transfuse his blood, because if you see how Bruce is and how touchy he is with his blood and everything like that through the entire episode, it's like, no, I'm not going to do this. And they put it like in the comics, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, we're the same blood type, and I'm gonna do this. Oh, I forgot, I'm the Hulk. You know, like,
Yeah,
in this,
it was
there
pretty
were
flimsy.
stakes to it, and he was just kind of
Yeah.
like, there. If I don't do this, you're gonna die, and I have to save you,
Mhm.
and that's what he did. But then it was like reluctantly, like, okay, I did this, but there's gonna be changes, and things like that, and
Well,
just
he didn't even do it. It just accidentally happened because he had an open wound and she had an open wound.
right,
And as she was getting him out of the car, his blood fell into her open wound and caused that to happen. That's all that happened. He never transfused her.
that's right. And I mean,
Yeah.
like the whole thing is just, again, I like the idea of
That seems more plausible to me than him transfusing his blood to her.
right, right. And I was gonna say, what I liked is I like the concept of she honed her powers and her control over everything a lot faster than Bruce did because of all the stuff that she's been through and everything that she goes through and everything like that. And it's like, I mean, the joke, it was kind of a joke, but I mean, there's some truth behind it about, Bruce had to figure out that he has to be angry all the time in order to control his powers. Whereas she's like, I'm already angry all the time because I have to deal with the world. Like it was just kind of, I like the way that they've spun the story and it made her that much more of an interesting character, which is a lot of the origin stories in the MCU. They're taking original origin stories and saying, how do we twist this so that way it's more interesting for this character? Right? Minus maybe one character. There's probably one character in the MCU that I'm not a huge fan of how the change was. But I mean, there's ways for them to kind of fix that in the future, and that's mostly Taskmaster. I didn't
I
have
mean, they effed with that
yeah,
so
I didn't
much.
I didn't have an issue with the gender bending. I had more of an issue with, like, you could have still made her quippy. You still could have made her, kind of the same way that Masters is. Like, Taskmaster is a very vocal, quippy. He's kind of a funny dude for who he is, and it's like,
Yeah.
we didn't get any of that because they made her really silent and just kind of like, okay, yeah, she can mimic fighting moves, but it's like,
Well, even that was a computer program.
right, and it wasn't like a photographic memory the way that
She
match
was a golem.
yeah.
Well, they didn't want to take it away from Florence Pugh. What's her character? Yelena, because
Yelena.
she's the
Yelena
quippy one. She's the funny quippy one. So I get it. So what do you think? Tacos table? Not on the table?
Oh, my tacos are on the table. This is happening. My tacos are 100% on the table on this. It's happening. We're getting a season 2 because, again, hate it or love it, it was one of the most successful shows on Disney Plus.
I like it.
I'll go last.
My tacos are totally on the table for this. I could see this coming back. I enjoyed this show. I thought it was fun. Like, again, kind of talking about the phase 4, phase 5. There's a lot of Debbie Downers in that whole mix. There's a lot of trauma happening and a lot of recovery. It was nice to get a little bit of a freshness, like She-Hulk. Like even the little stories for like I Am Groot. Like I dug those because it's like, oh, it's just fun, and we're in the universe of the MCU. I just dig how fun it is. So I'm down with some She-Hulk.
Cool. So it's me?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I have some things to say.
Y'all, what's gonna happen?
No, shocker. First, I'm going to steal Phil's and James's tacos and put them on the table because that's how many tacos I want to put on the table for this.
Got
It needs to have a season 2, and I'm going to tell you why it needs to have a season 2. And here we go. So, you don't have to have every single show, especially the TV shows like that kind of stuff and the one shots they don't have to tie into the main story that's going on.
Right.
Yes, we eventually want to see She-Hulk with the Avengers, with the Fantastic Four, with everyone because She-Hulk is amazing. And I definitely want to see a She-Hulk and Madison holiday special where they go to Ibiza and
Ibiza.
Ibiza.
fall in love with some people from Britain, and then suddenly they're on a British reality TV show. This
God.
is what I want, and I think it's going to happen someday because Feige listens to me. Anyway, I think it should get a second season, and I love it, and I do. It was a good break. It was funny. It was a funny pseudo lawyer comedy, which
Yeah.
those are real cool, and I think that it deserves a second season. The CGI was not bad. It wasn't, and
It
the
was-
story was great, and the freaking little incels deserve to be called out, and they're upset about it. So
Right?
get over
I
yourself.
love how meta that show was. Like it was just like
Yeah.
all the jokes because, like, what's funny is they called perfectly a year in advance exactly what people were going to say about the show. Of course, some of it was stuff that was already being said from like the announcement, right? So that was like some of the jokes that they were making was like, you know, they were pulling things from Twitter and from Reddit that like people were saying on Twitter and Reddit when the show was announced. But it was still stuff that people were complaining about when the show, like up until like a week before the show came out, and they made jokes about it. And, you know, they made like really meta fourth wall breaking jokes, and I loved it. You know,
Yeah.
it's very much a thing that was on there. Say Wong in the chat saying he doesn't see it happening. He can see cameos in other movies and shows, but a full on sequel, he can't see it. I mean, dude, again, I mentioned it earlier on. Hate it or love it, this show was one of the most successful shows on Disney Plus. So of course it's going to get a sequel.
Yeah, it's going to get a second season. I'm surprised they haven't done second seasons with a lot more of the shows.
Well, a lot of the shows are designed not to have a second season. So like
Yeah.
WandaVision was designed as a single season show, and
Well,
they said,
it was designed to lead into Doctor Strange.
right.
Yeah.
They were saying like the whole idea behind that show was, you know, it's not to say that Wanda and Vision aren't going to have other shows that they're going to be in, or there might not be another show with them as the main protagonists. It's just it's not going to be WandaVision, so they can't do WandaVision season 2. I mean, the Vision Quest is it would technically be a direct sequel to that first season.
Well, and I mean, like they have a spinoff too now with the Agatha, which
Right.
if we ever get it, but because it
Well-
keep changing the name and delaying it, so it's like, oh my gosh, y'all! I understand that you guys are trying to be chaotic and everything, but this is going a little bit too much overboard.
Well, part of it is also because of the strike, but I mean,
No,
'cause-
I know, but the changing the name, that is not the strike. I'm telling you, that is just them being like, should we call it this? And I don't know. So
Mhm.
it's like, yeah.
But yeah, like a lot of the shows are not going to get sequels. Like they're saying Moon Knight's not going to get a sequel. Not to say that Moon Knight is not going to be in another show, right? They already said that they're working on Midnight Suns, so you know he's going to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, but they've also got more care. Like if they are going to do Midnight Suns, we definitely need to get a Ghost Rider soon. They
Yeah.
have to give us Blade soon. And it's being problematic too, Blade is. And so like there are a lot of characters they still need to introduce to do the things they want to do. So I could see why a lot of them won't get second seasons. But I just feel like there are some that should. Like, I'd never thought that WandaVision was going to get a second season, but I would have liked a spinoff with more of the, like an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. almost, like the new Sword or something, because I always thought that was kind of a cool idea of it. But I guess we'll get that in the Marvels. Anyway, I'll shut up now.
I guess she's letting us know. She's telling us right now.
Move along.
So that's it for rumors, right?
I want to give my opinion. I have an opinion.
Oh,
too.
so that's it for rumors, right?
Jesus Christ.
Just mute him.
Show.
Hey, James.
Just mute him. Let him think he's giving us his opinion, and
So rude.
And then we just move on to the next.
I think
just
this
shake your head.
is gonna happen. Thank you for all listening to my TED Talk. With the success of like Barbie,
Yeah.
and this being so woman forward, They have to make a season 2, especially since they have everything in place. They have a storyline, they have actors. It's all set up for them. They might as well just do it. And, this is going to be a lot cheaper than filming a full-on movie. Come on. They're going to do this. You guys. Okay, now we can move along. Move along.
Maslany was awesome. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. Tatiana Maslany was amazing as this character.
And
So
she's
I don't
she's
care what you say.
perfect as Jennifer Walters in
She
She-Hulk.
was.
She is so good at it.
I like it.
all right. So now let's move on because guys, it's time.
For the download.
Wait, I'm not done with my. Still Thor on the Rainbow Bridge.
Oh god.
Just
That's a misnomer. Thor's not on the Rainbow Bridge that much.
Yeah. Mario is on the Rainbow Bridge.
Is on the Rainbow Connection. Just 2 weeks after we reported that Marvel VFX workers had filed unionization paperwork, now we're hearing that Walt Disney Pictures VFX workers have followed suit.
We called this.
Mm-hmm. You did. I was there.
Disney's VFX employees have filed with the National Labor Relations Board, NLRB, for an election to unionize. Variety reports that a super majority, over 80% of the 18 in-house VFX crew members at Walt Disney Pictures signed authorization cards signaling their desire to unionize. Wow.
Norma Ray would be proud.
Yeah, I know, right?
How do you guys feel about this? This is it? Everything's going down to unionizing?
I feel it's something that needs to happen. Like
It's
workers,
well past time.
right? Workers need their rights. I mean, like
Mhm.
especially when VFX crews are putting in so much overtime and not getting any pay or recognition for it. It's or like just kind of like the crunch culture around VFX. That's kind of where the people who do have complaints about VFX, it's because of this culture, because they're pushing, all of these projects onto them and saying they need to be done by this date. So it's like they give you what they can give you, and it's not always what everybody expects, right? So at least now this is like saying, okay, Disney wants to give us a date for this day, but we need this much time. So you're going to have to push that date out until we can get you what you're asking for, rather than just, okay, we'll get you what you want and just be happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think there need to be more unions, not just in the arts community, but also around, like, across the board. I mean, if corporations are people now, workers need to protect themselves, and the unionizing is the way to do it, because now corporations can sue you as a person. So it's like, yeah, you best have a team on your side, because they do.
Mm-hmm. Eric in the chat agrees. He says more industries need to unionize, and I'm like, we should have talked to Eric, since he's a artist, and I wonder what his take is on all this. So, he's probably trying to get into the industry somehow, and I bet trying to live your life can get in the way of achieving those dreams. Oh,
Yeah,
he also
absolutely.
said WWE wrestlers need to unionize. Yeah, there you
100%
go.
They do, because like you hear about the working conditions that they have. Like same thing with UFC fighters, like he mentioned in there. Like like there are conditions that these people go through that I get it. Yes, you fight for a living, or you're doing stunts and things like that. WWE, you're doing a lot of it's not staged fighting is not the word I'm looking for. It's more like they're doing like actual like fighting stuff. They're pulling it a little bit, but still at the same time like they're doing it in a safe manner. But at the same time,
Like fight choreography.
kind of almost. But the thing is like people are still getting hurt. I mean, look at just kind of
Rust.
well, just like how many times wrestlers get injured and then continue wrestling.
Oh, we're still talking about Rust. Okay, I thought you were talking about movies again. I was like,
Yeah.
Rust. Sorry. I don't know where that came from.
One of the things over the weekend, so there's a couple of events over the weekend, but they were talking about how Seth Rollins, like one of the big plot points for the story that he was going through was that he had 2 broken vertebrae and he was still wrestling, and they were exploiting his injury, and his opponent was exploiting his injury. I bet you there's truth to that. That there is truth to him having broken vertebrae and not being completely healed, and that he is actually going through pain. Now, of course, he played it up for the camera and played it up for the event that he was doing and the match he was doing. Sure, he didn't hurt as much as they made it seem like he was hurting, but I guarantee he was hurting to an extent. You know, so
crazy.
I feel like, you know, that's another group, and Vince McMahon will never let it happen. I'll tell you that right now.
Yep.
But that's
all right.
That's digressing too much. Just
back to Disney.
Oh, what I was gonna say. I agree with what Eric's saying. More industries need to unionize. I think it is a great thing that more VFX studios are electing to unionize.
Mm-hmm. So a labor board election could commence as soon as 2 weeks from now. If a majority of these workers vote in favor of unionizing in that election, the studio will be required to begin good faith negotiations for a contract covering these workers as a group.
Wow, that's awesome.
Disney is getting kicked in the nuts right now. Because they're like
in the Pixar, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like they're ones against SAG and the WGA. This makes 2 VFX studios under Disney that are unionizing.
Yeah.
So like Disney is just getting kicked in the cans right now, and it's kind of like they kind of deserve it.
Yep. Getting kicked in the churros.
I wish Zaslav was kicked in his metal cans.
Yeah, that robot needs to be kicked in his cans.
Okay, let's keep it going. Young Phil's favorite, we got some Walking Dead news.
Oh God! What? Seriously? Hold on. I have something specifically to show you how much I feel about more Walking Dead.
All right. But it has to do with the strike, right? So Walking Dead spinoffs, Daryl Dixon and The Ones Who Live, as well as Interview with the Vampire, are set to resume production after AMC Network struck an agreement with SAG-AFTRA. So the 3 shows are part of an interim agreement with the network that will allow filming to resume on the 3 most high-profile shows. Interesting. AMC. So it's understood. So I was a little confused. Like, how does this work? So it's understood that these agreements are specific to these 3 shows rather than a blanket agreement between the company and the guild. So AMC Networks, which produces the shows for AMC Studios, confirmed the agreements with Deadline, but did not comment further. So Deadline reported that the Interview with a Vampire will resume filming its 2nd season in Prague.
Okay.
While The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon will film its 2nd season in Europe. And then The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, which stars Andrew Lincoln and Danai Gurira, reprising the roles as Rick and Michonne, has work left to do in post-production, including ADR. So it's like these shows are almost done. AMC's feeling the bite now. Like, we are gonna miss our release dates. How are we gonna make some money? How are we gonna keep people watching shows? We have nothing else to do. Let's come to an agreement. Kind of interesting, right? So this is not necessarily like
You're starting to see the cracks.
Yeah, the actors or writers crossing the picket line, but it's almost like it's the other way. It's the studios that are crossing the picket line saying, okay, let's build some agreement right now because we need to keep this going. So interesting. Walking Dead Daryl Dixon will launch first season September 10th, so like next week. Walking Dead The Ones Who Live is slated for 2024, and Interview with a Vampire paused production on season 2 in July, so no set date for that. So yeah, they're like, hey, we're gonna need some content kind of quick here, huh?
Wow.
Yeah. Eric, I feel
I
the
don't-
same way. The Walking Dead is
Meh.
still around. Yeah, they're not going away.
It's a show about zombies.
Ugh.
Yeah, they keep going. They just keep getting up. Double
Mhm.
tap, yo. You got to double tap.
What's that?
Double tap.
Let's get out of the strike news and let's move on to some news. Aboosh.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Let's play one last time. Steve Harwell, the musician best known for being the frontman for Smash Mouth, has passed away. Earlier this month, it was reported the singer had entered hospice care after battling liver failure and cardiomyopathy for several years. He was 56
Dude,
years
he was
old.
young, man.
Yeah, he was.
Super. I felt like the news we reported last week when we were talking about all of a sudden I'm forgetting her name.
Arlene Sorkin.
Arlene Sorkin. When Arlene Sorkin passed away at 67, it was like, hey, I mean, she was fairly young, but like,
Mhm.
dude, 56.
Yeah, that's young.
Super
We're getting a lot of like, you know, people who are younger that are just, you know, having some physical issues, and it's really sad.
Yeah, like lived a hard life, like pedal to the metal a little too long. So hard.
Well, he was pretty into the alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that probably helped his passing along.
Yeah. So in addition to liver failure and cardiomyopathy, Harwell had been diagnosed with Wernicke
Encephalopathy.
encephalopathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a condition that impacts motor functions, like speech and memory. Oh, that's so sad. So it's almost like
It's like almost like a Parkinson's or
Parkinson's / dementia or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Man.
Super sad. So I guess Harwell's rep said Steve had been dealing with long-term medical issues over the last 8 years, and during his last performance at the Big Slip stage, he suffered numerous symptoms directly linked with his current medication or medical situation. So, and that was one of the videos that was kind of circling around. Was he had a very not up to par performance at one of these festivals.
Yeah.
So everybody thought he was like, you know, inebriated, but it could be this. So super sad.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
All right, let's keep it going because that
I was gonna say let's get some better news. Let's talk about Superman. Let's talk about Lois Lane. Sorry. So My Adventures with Superman was one of the most surprising animated series debuts of the year so far, and now My Adventures with Superman season 2 has been confirmed to be in development.
Yeah.
Huzzah! All right. My Adventures with Superman was initially ordered for a 2-season run for Warner Brothers Discovery, but with everything going on this past year, talking about Robot Zaslav, there was still potential doubt over whether or not that second season would come to fruition. But Adult Swim debuted a special promo following the end of the season 1 finale that further confirmed to fans that My Adventures with Superman season 2 is now in production. So they're like starting it, and I think that's amazing. What do you guys think?
I watched one episode of it and it seems really good. I need to watch it, but it's like it seems good.
Yeah, and it's really good animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting to binge it because I knew this was going to be one of those shows that I'd want to watch all of them, and so I was waiting until the end of it. So I'm glad it's got a season 2, and now I can watch it on Max.
Like
So,
Harley Quinn?
Oh yeah. See, like I haven't even started the new season of Harley Quinn yet because I'm like, oh, I gotta wait. I'm gonna need to watch this in all in one setting. So
And Bluey, don't forget you got to binge Bluey.
You got to watch Bluey.
well, I mean, I've got now the AMC Plus is on there. I can watch Discovery of Witches, Killing Eve. What's that other one that's on AMC that I can't remember. Oh well, I'm sure.
Ed.
Yeah.
Walking Dead,
Preacher.
Interview with a Vampire.
Preacher's really good if you haven't watched it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it. I just haven't seen the very last part of the last season. I do this. I don't want anything to be over, so I refuse to watch the last couple episodes.
It's so interesting when people do that. It trips me out.
I haven't watched the last half of season 15 of Supernatural, so I don't know what's going on.
It's like a weird denial thing. Don't you want to know
Yeah.
what happens?
I do, but I don't. And I'm like, I don't know. So it's weird. I'm the same way with books. It's hard for me. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to my Opsis Adventures with Super Synopsis.
God, that is terrible, James. My Opsis Adventures with Super Synopsis. You're losing it, man. You're losing it. You can write better ones than that.
I you don't know if I wrote that or not. It could have been the person that wrote the email. That was very kind.
My Adventures with Superman is a serialized coming-of-age story catching up with 20-somethings Clark Kent, the bright and driven Lois Lane, and their best friend, Jimmy Olsen, as they begin to discover who they are and everything they can accomplish together as an investigative reporting team at the Daily Planet. The story follows Clark as he builds his secret identity as Superman and explores his own mysterious origins. Lois, on her way to becoming a star reporter, teams up with photographer Jimmy Olsen to break the stories that matter. All the while, Clark and Lois are falling in love as Lois gets closer and closer to uncovering his secret identity. Our trio shares adventures, take down bad guys, stumble over secrets, and discover what it means to be heroes in their own right.
You really are Barbie, aren't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It
Look
was
up in
almost
the sky. Look up in the sky or on Max to catch all of My Adventures of Superman Season 1.
Oh, that's pretty good. That was good. Whoever
Thank
wrote
you.
that was good.
Yeah.
I like
No,
that.
she really, I'm
Nice.
telling you, she is tour guide Barbie right now.
I could be.
And,
I can, that's
easily.
something I excelled at. When I took my radio, television, and film class, was doing the different styles of the different like types of radio voices. So that's what I do.
Kudos to you.
Kudos.
I wish I could do that. Greta Gerwig's Barbie continues to make headlines as it now surpasses the Super Mario Brothers movie as the #1 film of the year's globally with a $1.365 billion box office. All right.
It actually wasn't that bad.
Not too
No, it
shabby.
wasn't bad. No, it wasn't.
Its summer blockbuster counterpart, Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, is also breaking records, surpassing the film's 2010 film Inception and his third highest grossing title ever worldwide with $850 million. The ascension of Oppenheimer gives Universal 3 of the top 5 films this year globally to date. Look at that.
That's interesting.
Universal killing it.
Maybe we'll get some more Universal monsters. What, yo?
I know.
They've been talking about rebooting that whole Universal Monster Universe thing they were trying to do, and it's like, God, just don't go too far outside the box because The Mummy was terrible.
Yeah.
Outside the coffin. Huh?
Outside the cop.
Well, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
y'all. So what I thought was interesting are the top three movies this year. None of them are sequels. I mean, there hasn't been a sequel. There's been a sequel in the top 3, I think, for like the last 10 years or something.
Yeah.
So it's like crazy that the 3 biggest movies so far this year were not sequels.
Right. Barbie, Super Mario, and Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. But I think right after that is Guardians, right? Guardians is
Yeah, I was
right
gonna
now.
say Guardians. Yeah, that would be the next one, and it is a sequel. Although, can you say they're all sequels? I think it's just one long movie.
Yeah. No, they're sequels. Those are sequels. We're sequels. All right. What could ever possibly outdo Barbie, you say?
Wonder Woman. What?
Maybe the Swifties have something to say about this. The Taylor Swift craze continues. Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour concert film, is coming to theaters. This is a theatrical concert experience that offers a closer look at her massive stadium tour that's going on like right now.
Right.
The concert film is coming to theaters in October, and it's broken pre-sale records already. It turns out that Swift's upcoming movie has already earned over 37 million in pre-sales for AMC, Regal, and Cinemark in like 24 hours.
Jesus. Taylor Swift's fans, because okay, so Taylor Swift's fans are like the Swifties are pretty big, but if the Beehive ever got this, it would break every record in existence.
Yeah.
No, Swifties Swifties got money to spend. They're like, 13-year-old girls, all they want to do is give me more Swifty, and this is their way to do it.
And their mothers want to buy their love.
Yeah, parents were like, we can't afford like $400 tickets, so how about you just go to this Swifty concert or a Swifty movie 17 times with your friends? Okay, go.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
Like Beyonce's fan like group, the Beehive, they're it's like a cult, dude. Like they will do any if she told people to go out and murder, that like people would do that just because Beyonce told them to.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure
You don't
that
think Swifties would murder people? Swifties
yeah, they would. Yeah. Yeah, and they would form like little like cliques as well and start
the Beehive is
murder
more rabid.
groups.
I just feel like the Beehive is more rabid.
I think it would come down to the Beehives versus the Swifties if ever they were to give the execution order, like Order 66 kind of thing. And I think it would come down to them, and then we would all basically be in a situation where we had to pick between Beyonce and Taylor Swift, and I'm not ready to do that, everyone. So let's just not upset the Swifties, and let's just keep Beyonce's crew out of this too.
Did you guys ever watch that that 3-part episode of South Park where like they went into the future and it was like different kinds of atheists were fighting each other, and one of them was like otters and the other one was like people?
No.
I think that's what the future is going to be. The future is going to be Taylor Swift fans and Beyonce fans, and you're going to be a fan
and
of
otters.
And otters.
But like the Taylor Swift fans are going to be otters, and they're all going to like fight each other.
Oh, and Beyonce's fans can be koalas.
There you go. So, are you saying that all of her fans have syphilis and
No,
have,
I was thinking of something else that would be cute and sassy, and not like really wanting to fight anyone, and that would be a koala bear.
I had a point before you guys went on this weird, crazy koala tangent. Otters and koalas. I don't understand what's happening.
I love otters. They're like
Okay.
some of my favorite.
Okay, I'm not let you going down this otter path again. So the concert film Eras has earned over 37 million in pre-sales in like 24 hours. To put it in perspective, day one pre-sales of Disney and Lucasfilm Star Wars The Force Awakens earned 20 million. So this is almost double The Force Awakens.
like shattered Star Wars record.
You know, I have to say this. The Force is with her always.
When I put this down, it said,
Or you mean songs about her ex-boyfriends?
Exactly. She just speaks to a generation, people. Come on. I love Taylor Swift.
So you're a Swiftie over
over Beehive?
Beehive?
You know what? Why can't I be both?
Yeah.
Why can't I be both?
Yeah, young Phil. Why can't she be both?
Why I gotta pick? I do what I want. Whatever.
One day in the future, you're gonna have to choose, and you're gonna have to fight for a side.
Nope.
Y'all, can we just get along? Okay, according to Deadline, the movie experience is currently projected to earn 70 million in its opening weekend. That's when I wrote this, but I saw an updated one that said over 100 million in opening weekend because
I see it.
pre-sales keep going up. Wow.
Well, you have to think about this too. There are a lot of places that she didn't get to go. Like where I am in BFE Midwest, they hardly come here. Like some people do, but we don't get a lot of stuff. So a lot of the girls around here that love Taylor Swift will be going to see this. So I could see that being a big draw.
See? Young Phil. The Swifties representing. Okay.
But oh my God, we ain't done yet, everybody.
More Barbie.
CBS Studios is heading into development with a project. They just got the rights to this, and it's based on the story You Don't Own Me. How Mattel versus NGA Entertainment exposed Barbie's dark side. Okay, I can't do that the whole time. A 2017 book from Orly Label. I was going to say it Labelle, but I decided not to. The story chronicles the business rivalry between the Barbie and Bratz doll lines, as well as the parallel stories of the franchise's two creators, Barbie's Ruth Handler and Bratz Carter Bryant. Oh my gosh, those are the best names for rivals ever. They really are. Ruth Handler and Carter Bryant. All right. The adaptation of You Don't Own Me is expected to be a scripted series, although it does not currently have a platform or network attached.
Interesting. I'm kind of into this because didn't we talk about this? So we're like, okay, Barbie phenomenon going crazy.
Yeah.
What else could fit in that mold? And I think Bratz came up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is going to be the story behind, like the lawyers.
Right. So it's just what I'm getting at. It's interesting that we're going to be getting this adaptation of the book somehow, because we talked about that. Like, what else is a popular IP?
Yeah,
that's out there that could fill this Barbie space if Barbie's ever gonna slow down, which I doubt it now.
Yeah, there was like a minute, like when the Monster High dolls came out, that everybody thought, oh no, this is it. And then Mattel went, oh, let us just put like a penny in the drop of the bucket that is the Mattel money and into Barbie and create 12 million new ones. And poor Monster High dolls. Anyway.
They're like, let's give Barbie a little sister. Oh my God.
Right.
Let's start putting Barbie in movies. And I don't mean a movie about Barbie. I mean, like, they started putting her in movies.
In animated movies. Yep. Exactly. And that's what, yeah, I think the Mermaid Barbie probably helped too. Everybody loves Mermaid Barbie for some reason. But okay.
Mermaidia.
John Cena is the Mermaid Barbie, okay? I'm just throwing that out there.
No, he's Mermaid Ken.
But he is the Mermaid Ken.
John Cena!
And you've got what, Backflip Ken? Let's see, Mulu. All right. So I have a Barbie Bratz synopsis.
Barbie Bratz synopsis.
You Don't Own Me explores the dark side of the doll wars set against the cultural revolution that Barbie spawned, the subsequent backlash, and the cutthroat, high-stakes world of toys. It follows Handler and Bryant, the brilliant tortured creators Barbie and Bratz, two quintessential outsiders who create dolls that literally change the world, but nearly destroy themselves in the process. The deal for the book's rights was reportedly made prior to Barbie's release and prior to the ongoing WGA strike, so no dates for release set yet.
Bratz, the what if we made Kim Kardashian a doll?
Oh, she would sue.
How come they
She
don't have
would
a doll
sue.
line? Why
I'm
don't the
pretty sure-
Kardashians have a doll line?
I'm
Like,
pretty sure
I
the
think
Kardashian Barbies.
no, I was gonna say I think they were gonna have a doll line, but the plastic that it would take to create those dolls would create a shortage, and so it was more cost effective to not do the doll line.
Yeah, because like just to make that ass, you had to like have enough plastic to make another doll.
I didn't know I was setting you up like that. Okay.
So I'm just gonna say thank you for the assist.
All right. To me, my X-Men 97 release dates. Oh, wait. I'm in space, says Charles Xavier. Disney Plus is changing around some release dates for many of its upcoming Marvel shows, including X-Men 97, the animated series. Ugh, ouch. Also, the Wanda Vision spinoff is
That's
getting
the Agatha
Agatha, pick your name.
Darkhold Diaries.
Yeah.
For now.
Anyway.
And then the Hawkeye spinoff Echo and the second season of What If are all getting delayed. The only one, Loki season 2, is the only one that's holding its release date of October 6th.
It to me that says that it is impacting things that are closer than the other shows. Like the other shows
What do you
aren't
mean?
as okay. So we're gonna learn something in Loki season 2 that we'll need for an upcoming movie. Not necessarily the Marvels, but maybe another movie that's coming up that's important. That's like Deadpool.
Mm.
Yeah, so but you understand what I'm saying? Like that's what it is, because I feel like these other shows, the reason that they can push them back is because they don't have to coordinate the
Storylines.
storylines with what it is. Like I don't think
Okay.
X-Men 97 is going to impact the story going on right this second. Agatha, I don't think is either.
Mhm.
What? And so then, and Echo, we don't even know what's going on with Echo or Daredevil right now. So, and What If isn't like it's all other things. I think at some point it will eventually tie in, but it's not going to yet. So,
Yeah. I think this is Disney kind of saying, like, we don't know when this strike thing, both strikes, are going to end. We need to pace ourselves with this content, and we may have to go to a little bit more of a slow drip mentality versus like, let's get it all out there so subscribers stay. I think it's for them, it's like, how do we stay relevant for longer? So just pulling back, X-Men 97, which was supposed to be fall of this year, is now releasing sometime in 2024. Agatha Darkhold Diaries will premiere in the fall of 2024. Echo will now premiere in January of 2024 instead of it's supposed to be November of this year. And What If will now debut over the upcoming holiday. This is weird. What If will now debut over the upcoming holiday season of this year. It doesn't seem like that's changing because we didn't ever have a date.
they never really gave us a date. I guess now they're like giving us more of a time frame.
I guess. And then Ironheart, this is an interesting one. Ironheart was removed from the schedule.
I heard that was because they want it to come out closer to Armor Wars because it's going to actually have something to do with that.
That makes sense.
That does make sense.
Yeah. I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if that's just like BS that they're saying that's why they removed it, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. If you're looking for something else to watch, you're also going to have to wait. The first season of Netflix Arcane League of Legends animated series is now available. Fans have been excitedly waiting for season 2 release. The next season is currently in development and has been for quite a while. The return of the acclaimed animated series is set for its second season in late 2024. So we're like a year away.
Yeah.
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 Let me talk to you.
Hmm.
So I think it was supposed to come out sooner, but now they're expecting it in late 2024 because it came out. When did this come out? This came out like
22.
2022.
Yeah, so that's good, but it's all animated, and I think the rendering on this is more difficult. I could see that being why it's going to be a 2-year gap instead of a year.
Agreed. Young Phil, didn't you watch Arcane League of Legends?
I did. I actually played League of Legends back in the day, so I mean, like, this was it was a good kind of like breath as far as like the storytelling goes, because it's one of those games where you can go and look into the lore, and some of it comes up, but like League of Legends is one of those games where it's just like you're playing it, and just kind of like being beaten, and the only time that you hear about any of the story elements of it is like when like a new skin comes out for a character or something like that, and you'll hear about it for like a second. But like, it was kind of cool to be able to watch something that had like a linear storyline on the lore of League of Legends. So I mean, I really liked Arcane. It was really good.
Okay, there's a good chance that we can expect this series to be released in November of next year, which is the same month season 1 was released.
Okay.
And it's just in time for the League of Legends 15th anniversary event.
Wow. I think that's on purpose.
Yeah.
It could be. It could be that they're just like, we're gonna put season 2
Hot
out.
take.
15 year Riot's putting out the 15-year anniversary for League of Legends. Oh, you know what? Let's wait to do this like at the same time.
Yeah, could be.
Especially with like where the story's at right now. Like they're getting close to actually getting to a point where they can introduce the tournament. So it's like, it's kind of cool, like where they're at on this. And it would make a lot of sense if you're going into the 15-year anniversary of League of Legends. Like, what better way, if they do get into the tournament in season 2, what better way to introduce the 15-year anniversary than, having a show that talks about the tournament itself.
Yeah, it definitely lines up a lot better. Even though that sucks if you like the show and you're waiting for season 2.
Yeah,
it does kind of suck. In the meantime, I mean, what are you gonna do? You got money to burn in your pocket. And Snoochie Boochie news.
Snoochie Boochies.
Filmmaker Kevin Smith is planning to sell off his entire collection of original comic book art. Oh
That's a big deal, man.
Yeah.
That is, yeah.
This collection includes the covers and interior art from comic projects he worked on over the years, as well as work that he's collected. So while Smith is selling off, why is he selling off all this stuff? He's living in a smaller home in New Jersey that is located close to the movie theater where he plans to shoot his next film, 430, or the 430 movie.
Yeah, it's because they're trying to make the 430 movie.
Mm-hmm.
So people
Is he? I thought he lived in the studio above the theater when he's in Jersey, but he just bought a new house in the valley with his wife.
Uh-huh.
So is it that he's selling stuff in Jersey, or is he selling the stuff that he can't fit in his house in the valley?
He's probably just got a lot of crap laying around, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to sell this off.
Okay.
So Kevin Smith shared, my current reduction in home wall space is going to make some ardent comic collectors' dreams come true. So it's probably stuff he had up that he's looking to sell, but now since he doesn't have enough space, own original interior art or killer covers from my Daredevil and Green Arrow runs, pick through classic comic book graphics I've collected over the years. This will be the sale of the century, and a percentage of our proceeds will go to a scholarship fund for the Joe Kubrick School. So also
Kubert, Joe Kubert, not Kubrick. It's a totally different person.
All right, okay, all right, we get it. Phil, edit that in post.
Okay, we'll do.
Joe Kubert School.
Yes.
Okay,
he's like a famous artist in the comic book field.
Smith's collection includes pages from Preacher, Hitman, The Demon, Batman, Green Arrow, Daredevil, Sandman, and many, many more. All of Matt Wagner's covers from Green Arrow will also be up for sale.
No way. That's
Awesome.
awesome.
And you
There's
know-
just such good covers.
He has all the originals, you know that, right? So it's like,
Oh yeah.
And they are expected to bring in between 1,500 and 3,000 each.
mhm.
The auction will also feature interior pages for Quick Stops, Smith's recent Dark Horse comic series set in the View Askew universe, which is the shared universe with most of his films. All right. Okay.
Right.
All right. Bodner is compiling a comprehensive online catalog at bodnerauctions.com, giving potential bidders a chance to see the collection and plan their auction strategy. Pre-bidding has already begun, and all lots will start at $10. $10. Come on.
Yeah,
That's
none
awesome.
of those are going to be $10 though. You know, everything in that collection is hitting a couple grand each.
I know.
Yeah.
A used pencil wouldn't go for $10. Come on. You know?
Mm-hmm.
The auction will be held or handled by Bodners with a live auction that Smith himself will participate in. The auction will take place on Wednesday, September 27th.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is really
It
cool of
is.
him.
Kevin Smith is like is a ridiculously amazing person in
He
general.
really is. Yes. And I don't feel bad at all for telling him to leave my son alone. It was
Say Wong's
creepy.
Say Wong's asking if the artwork includes does the auction include artwork from the prequel to Dogma? Probably. I mean, anything that he can move. Again, it's going to help a scholarship fund. So
We
he'll
should
sell
well
whatever
we
he
can
wants.
put the bodnarsauction.com in the thread if somebody wants to do that.
I got
And
it.
then that way you can look, because if they do the comprehensive list, it should say if it's in there or not. Because I was going to say, I wonder if anything from his Black Cat limited series is going to be there, because I loved that limited series. It was so freaking dark and went really bad places, but it was so well written.
I'm looking it
Not
up right
ever
now.
done on time at all. Kevin Smith, I think there was like a 2-year gap in between a couple of the issues, but
Yeah.
he got it done and it was a good story. It was just,
I
And
mean,
and y'all know I'm not a Spidey fan. So for me to read something that Spider-Man related it's gotta be a big deal.
And it's like as much as I would love to like bid on something like that, I can't afford anything that's
you
that's
can
gonna
still bid on.
Yeah,
yeah.
you can
it's
bid
point-
$10.
It's pointless to try and bid anything $10 because if you've ever seen any of the auctions that Kev has done, like people will bid. Like I think there was something that he sold that went for like 10 grand and he like freaked out about it. You know, like
Yeah.
stuff that like the small things, because Kevin Smith fans are pretty rabid, right? Like they're pretty big on whenever he does stuff like this, they're really big on trying to get those prints and those things like that. You know, he's a pretty humble dude because he always talks about like how much he thinks his work, like, you know, is not worthy enough to be up there with anybody else and all that. But like, then you go and hear like a signed copy of Cacophony went for like 15,000.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
so-
I think they're going to make a lot of money. I think
Just
it's for a
bid.
good cause. I think it's a great thing. You know, him doing this is not about him at all.
Yeah.
It's about, you know, he can't fit all that stuff in there, whether he can or not. He has decided that he's going to give this stuff away and benefit a charity, or not a charity, but benefit a scholarship for someone to realize their dream of being a comic book artist. And I think
Come on,
that's
bid.
amazing, you know.
Bid just so you can say you bid. You bidded. Bidded? Is that a word?
Bidded.
Bud? You budded? I don't know.
You placed a bid.
Yes. Okay. Last, and we're gonna move on. We got some gaming news. We're almost to the end here. Last month, Nintendo shocked fans with the announcement that Super Mario voice actor Charles Martinet will not be reprising his role in future games.
Say it ain't so, Mario.
Oh no. It's not me. I'm not the Mario.
It's also been confirmed that Martinet will not be the one voicing Mario and Luigi in the Super Mario Brothers Wonder game, but the voice used in the game sounds familiar.
Similar.
Similar.
Not
familiar.
though, because like if you listen
Also
to
that.
that trailer, he's got more of almost like a New Yorker accent. Because I know that that's where they've been kind of moving in the last couple of years. Is
Well, isn't he supposed to be from New York?
supposed to be a plumber from New York.
Well, I mean, then you gotta have the
Yeah.
accent. I mean, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, so rather than him being just like just a general Italian, they're making him more New Yorker. So if you actually listen to, if you look at that trailer, like the scene that we're looking at right now, when he powers up into this weird elephant monster, his voice is more New Yorker.
No freaking way. That's an elephant right there. That ain't Mario.
Is that a mushroom over here?
I know Mario. That ain't no Mario. That's an elephant.
Speaking to IGN, the Nintendo of America president Doug Bowser,
Oh my god.
addressed
Yes.
Bowser.
He's the president. He's the boss.
His name is Bowser. That had to be planned by Nintendo.
He's the big boss.
A night. Yeah.
Addressed the change and revealed exactly when fans will learn who will be the new voice actor for Mario. He said, I think people have recognized this when they see Super Mario Brothers Wonder. They'll hear a different voice and we'll let that play out, and that'll be within the credits. And people will learn who the new person is at that point in time, but we don't plan on making any announcements in advance of that. What they're saying is, go buy this game and you're going to have to figure it out.
It's Paul Bettany.
It's it's good. It's really good marketing by Nintendo, because it's like,
It
oh,
is.
you want to know who it is? Buy the game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The way to do it. That's the way to do it, Nintendo. We see you.
Super
Come on the
Mario
show.
Brothers Wonder will be released on October 20th on Nintendo Switch.
Hey, it's me, Mario.
That's gotta be, you need to grab that. That was good. It's me,
Say-
Mario.
Say Wong
Hey,
does not press
Mario.
Hey, Mario. Hey, Luigi. You want to get
Hey,
a?
Mario, did you go to the store and give me some cream for my peaches?
What was that, Ma?
Whoa, I don't know.
I
what's
need
happening.
you to get the peaches and the cream from the store, Mario.
You need peaches. What do you need peaches for, Ma?
Don't talk back to your mother.
Ma.
I said don't talk back to your mother. You gave me the peaches and you gave me the cream. Money's on the counter.
That doesn't sound right, Ma.
Are you back talking me now? Do I need to take my shoe off? Let's go.
I'll eat a mushroom right in front of you.
I don't care. Let's go. Let's go. Eat the mushrooms. I don't care.
Don't make me.
They give you the pooties, but whatever.
Shit. All right, let's. This bit has gone on too long.
Move along.
Talking about your mother's peaches. All right, here we go. I think I said Super Mario Brothers Wonder will be released on October 20th on Twitch.
Yeah.
Switch. Yes.
Switch.
Because
All right,
I was almost like, swish.
All right, last bit of news. It's also gaming. Atari has announced a sequel to Pong.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
A sequel to Pong.
Oh, so going from it's me, Mario, to boop, boop.
What's interesting though is that they released a.
I'm
a
holding
trailer-
out for the live action.
live action
movie.
Pong movie.
They released a trailer for it, and it looks a lot like Super Mario Brothers, but instead you're the ball bouncing.
So So it's like when they did the Pac-Man RPG back in like the late 90s.
Yeah. All right, so it's called Comp 2. And I do have a Comp Opsis Synopsis.
Comp Opsis Synopsis?
Synopsis.
Atari describes Comp 2 as a creative sequel to the seminal classic Pong that asks the question, what would happen if the Pong ball escaped the paddles?
It disappears. It gets destroyed. That's what happened.
I was gonna say, I don't think that's a question that people are asking. I could possibly see a question that they could be asking is, why is it named Comp instead of Pong 2?
That's literally the question that was in my head right now. I was like, why is it called Comp 2? I'm so.
Well, if you're looking for more Comp Opsis Synopsis, I got that for you.
More Comp Opsis Synopsis.
Synopsis.
Break free and go on the journey of a Pong ball as you navigate your way through industrial mazes and dangerous obstacles. The follow-up to the surprise indie hit Comp adds a new ability that opens up the way you play. Will you make it to the end?
I'm still confused.
Okay, so there's a game called Comp.
I guess so.
This is
And
where
is it Pong?
I don't know.
this is where I'm confused. Is like why are they calling Comp 2 the sequel to Pong when there was a game called Comp and it's the sequel to Comp? I don't understand what's happening.
So does that mean it's like the sequel? So like is Comp the sequel to Pong, and then Comp 2 is also the sequel to Pong and the sequel to Comp? But then that's misleading because it says it's the sequel to Pong and it's got a totally different name. This makes me not want to like get any of it. And I really feel bad that we even started this whole conversation.
It's me, a Pong ball.
let's go on a journey through a magical metal labyrinth. Follow me through this journey. What's a comp? Why are we doing this?
Mamma mia, I'm a Pong ball.
Look at me. I'm so round and shiny. And I bounce.
What are you looking at here? I'm a ball. What are we looking at here, huh?
I'm doing is bouncing here. I bounce.
I'm bouncing here.
You never seen a ball before?
Thunk, thunk. I'm a New York bouncing ball. What?
Okay, I don't have a release date. I don't have anything for you. I'm gonna let you guys keep doing your
I have questions. I can't help it. This is confusing my little feeble mind.
This is exactly what I'm saying here.
This really pisses me off to no end.
I don't know what the entire point of this is. Oh God.
Ah.
You're fucking cat.
So Wade Rosen, chairman and CEO of Atari, said it's been over 50 years and the simple, joyful game of Pong still captivates players and game developers with Comp 2. I am glad we're able to continue the creative and thoughtful storytelling that Comp introduced.
I just didn't know one thing to ask him. Why are you saying this is a sequel to Pong when there's a freaking game called Comp? I feel like we're on the IT crowd and this is the little black box that they say is the internet and we're all believing it. I feel like that's what it is. And they're freaking Roy and Moss in the back. I feel like that's what it is.
Philippe, I hope you don't have an answer because it's almost funnier the way.
I don't, and I have the name for the episode tonight.
Perfect.
WTF is a comp.
Comp 2.
Why is it a sequel to Pong?
So
I just want that explanation.
We will find out because it's coming to PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Series X and S, Atari, VCS, and iOS and Android mobile platforms in 2024.
Why do I feel like this is a scam? This is a scam.
No, why not?
Atari is trying to do some sort of virus and take. Oh my gosh, this is the last season of Titans all over again, guys. What the hell?
I'm gonna buy it though. I'm gonna buy it. I'm telling you that right now.
This is how we get Cybermen, people.
Cyberman.
Cybermen.
Jeez. All right.
Hal Cyberman.
My name is
Nice to
Al
meet you.
Simon.
All right, let's. What a way to end the news.
Wait,
Solid.
I actually have one thing. I want to do my Harley Quinn because I didn't get to do it last week, and Arlene Sorkin died, and she's who I base my Harley on. That's the one that I learned how to do my Harley voice with. So I just want to say
Yeah.
something in my Harley voice for
Please,
as
please,
a
please.
send off. So thanks for the memories, Miss Arlene. We're gonna miss ya.
And now we all cry. All right. Back to trying to figure out what the fuck comp is. All right.
Maybe Ahsoka knows. Maybe we found out in episode 3. Let's go through that.
Yeah, because guys, now it's time
To fly.
down.
Ahsoka episode 3 is an action-packed chapter in the story with a Jedi or Grey Jedi, former Jedi, finding themselves caught in the crosshairs of Shin-Hati Marok and other agents of Morgan Elsbeth. By the time the episode ends, the scene is set for a dramatic confrontation between Ahsoka and Baylan Shin, an Order 66 survivor.
Baylan Skull
Skull.
and Shin Hati.
Oh, I don't know why I put Shin here.
I don't know.
Skull, like
Skoll. Skull.
the tip. Got it.
Yes, actually, like the dip.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Initial thoughts. What were you expecting out of episode 3 after seeing 1 and 2 back to back? What were you hoping for?
I can go first on this. So I honestly was expecting a little more action than what we got.
Mhm.
I did enjoy what we had out of this, and I mean, I'm definitely one of those people that is more invested in story than having to see every scene need to be an action scene. So I'm not disappointed in the episode, but I definitely was expecting a little more kind of like a little more moving in substance as far as like moving the story along, because we got more character development in this episode than we got like story development. And it's kind of like I was kind of expecting the story to move a little more than it did, because it felt like it kind of was just, this episode was self-contained, kind of not self-contained in the episode, but like it was like a moment in time. There wasn't very much progression through this episode, right? But we did get character development, and that's also something I believe that we need, because we did get to see like more relationships. We did get to see kind of maybe some of the motivations that the antagonists are going through on this. And yeah, like I said, I was just kind of expecting there to be more interaction between maybe like direct interaction between like Shin, Baylan, Ahsoka, Sabine, kind of seeing more Sabine being put in the fire kind of thing. But again, I wasn't disappointed with the episode. Like I was happy with what we got. Just I was kind of expecting a little more out of this episode.
How about you, Frey?
I mean, it has been slower than I think that we were used to seeing with the already established characters.
Right.
Because Rebels did a lot of the establishing for like Hera, Sabine, Zeb, like Callus, all of it. And then you've got these newer characters who we're really curious about, and I think Dave Filoni made a good choice by taking the time to show us not just one aspect of Baylan and Shen and Marok, but actually showing us a little bit more depth, so that we can feel something for these characters and not just go, oh, well, we feel this because, I mean, Balin, look how wide that guy is. I mean, he's going to take out anybody that he comes across. But now we see that there's a pain and depth to him. And with Shin, we see, I call her Little Mouse. To me, that's my nickname for her, is Little Mouse, because she's that little mouse that is just right there and scares you, startles you. So it's like she takes you out of your game because you don't see her. So she's that little mouse that comes up that, you know, she gonna kill you. But I mean, it's that kind of thing. So anyway, I call her Little Mouse. So if you guys ever hear me talk about Little Mouse, I'm talking about Shen. And and so I think that they are talking about parallels here a lot. And even in this episode, it had that as well. And so I knew there was going to be a lot of parallels. So I knew when we started seeing Sabine doing her montage fight scene with Hu Yang, who is my absolute favorite character in this whole series. And I think they're setting him up to be a linchpin, and we'll see him in other series like The Acolyte.
I think
and the
like,
yeah,
that's a lot of sense.
yeah, the High Republic and Old Republic stuff, because he had, like you were saying last week, James, where you said that he's been around 25,000 years. He knows the Jedi story from the time of its inception until the time of its death, the Jedi Order as it was. So he has all that knowledge. So I assume we will see him more, and it may become he's the chronicler of this whole thing in the end. So I think that is something, and I love David Tennant playing him the way he's been playing him. So the scene between Hu Yang and Sabine, when I saw that, I knew we wouldn't get a fight scene between anybody. I was like, no, this is the okay, we've got to show you what the relationships are going forward. We've established there's been some friction before we, met up with these characters again, or met these characters for the first time. And now we're establishing what these relationships are. And that's what this episode was. I would have liked to have seen maybe a sparring between Sabine and Ahsoka. I thought that would have been cool. But I did really appreciate the conversation between them. And so I do think this is more of a cerebral right now. I think it will transition to action, but I think we won't see that until the last 4 episodes. So probably after this episode that's on tonight.
I loved this episode, and I love the way it started with Sabine's training. I thought that was so cool because it had, all the vibes of Luke training on the Millennium Falcon with Obi-Wan. It was that, but it's almost like Luke was so strong with the Force that he could use the Force, but like in this little scene, there's a little training scene. It was like she was telling Sabine how to connect with the Force.
Right.
And I think that's been such like something that we take for granted, because everybody we know is so powerful with the Force.
Would have been accepted into the Jedi Order.
Yeah.
That's it. Because like Obi-Wan's midichlorian count, if we're gonna talk about this, let's fucking talk about this. The Obi-Wan's midichlorian count wasn't that high, and he actually became one of the most respected Jedi in the Order. So I mean, you don't have to have the high, Force sensitivity or Force usability to be a hero, to be a source of light in the galaxy. And so I think that that's important too. I do like this because I really do think it is leaning into the way that I have known the Force since 1977, because I saw the first movie in 1977. I was 5. So do the math, everybody. Do the math real quick.
Snaps.
Right. So I saw it as everyone has the Force within them. It's like the building blocks of our genetic system, if we want to get sciencey about it.
Mhm.
But not everyone can touch it. Not everybody has that ability. And what Ahsoka is saying is that everybody has that ability. They just need to be trained to see that they can touch it. And if they want to touch it or not, that's their choice. But everybody should have that choice. And that's how I see it now. Whereas before it was, well, it's passive in everyone, but only the people that are trained how to do it and have that talent can do it. And what Ahsoka is saying, you don't have to have the talent. You just need the training. So I don't think Ahsoka's trying to make Sabine a Jedi. I think she's trying to open Sabine up to all possibilities and to get her out of her own way. Because she never says she wants her to be a Jedi. She just says she wants her to be to be her best self. So.
Yeah, but she calls her Padawan.
Yeah.
She calls Sabine Padawan.
Which is specifically a Jedi term.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, apprentice or Padawan. Yeah. And no, and I understand that. That's what she's saying. She is teaching her how to use a lightsaber, and she's teaching her how to get in touch with the Force and teaching her the dogma of the Jedi, but she's not telling her that that she's a Jedi. She's saying, I'm going to teach you all of these things. But when her and Huyang are talking, and Huyang's like, the Jedi Order never would have accepted her. And she's like, I don't want her to be a Jedi. I want her to be herself. And so that's like, so she's saying that. If she's just saying, she's using the labels that everybody knows, but she's putting her own spin on it. And if that isn't the most Ahsoka thing that you could do, I don't know what is, because that's how she's been since the day she met Sky Guy.
Right. The other thing, like the way I look at it, is more Huyang is it's more of a psychological thing. Like just he's giving her negative reinforcement. I mean, just
good cop, bad cop.
Kind of, yeah. He's just sitting there saying, like, you can't do this. You're not capable of doing this. And later on, when she starts showing her ability and her skills, like they're gonna twist the words, right? And it's gonna be where Huyang, she's gonna address something to Huyang saying, but you said X, Y, and Z. He's gonna say, remember what I actually said.
Yeah.
Right? And he's gonna say, it's gonna be something around him saying that she wasn't good enough, or because there was enough times there have also been times where he's told her that you need to train and that you need to meditate and you need to do these things, and she's like refusing to do it. So essentially he's reinforcing that by saying you never would have made it as a Jedi, because he's like, he also knows that if you tell her she can't do something, she's gonna try that much to do it, right? So it's kind of like I think Huyang is, given that
reverse psychology,
right? He's been around for 25,000 years. The guy knows how to train different types of personalities, and I think that's what he's doing. Is he's using her personality against her to make her better.
I love him so much more now.
I love the that whole scene, the whole training scene, and how Ahsoka described like using the dark side of the Force.
Oh,
that was so good. What is it? Anger and impatience can give you a quick power boost, but they cost a Jedi their balance. And that's when she did that trip maneuver when
she swept the leg.
Yeah, lunged at her, and she just literally like stepped to the side, swept the leg, and Sabine's on the ground.
Sweep the leg.
That's, I mean, every time. So like Husby's out, he's been like, hey, so if you were like if you were like trying to take someone down, what would you do? And I would like, well, is it a man or a woman? He's like, it doesn't matter. And I was like, well, no, it does. Because if it's a man, I'm going to knee him in the nuts. And if it's a woman, I'm sweeping the leg. Because those two things are going to work. And he was just like, you can't sweep the leg. Nobody sweeps the leg. And I was like, why are all the movies about it then?
You sweep the leg.
I sweep the leg.
You sweep the leg.
I'm gonna fight dirty. If I'm fighting someone, I'm fighting dirty, guys. So
I'm down with that. Hey, we got a couple cameos.
Yes.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. We got Mon Mothma. Genevieve O'Reilly comes back as Mon Mothma.
I don't consider her a cameo because she's literally in everything. She's
now
the
she's in-
Wong of the MC or of the Star Wars universe
Well,
right
now
now.
she's in Ahsoka, so that's
I
cool.
loved seeing her, and her Chancellor outfit was so cute.
Yeah, but the second one is Nelson Lee's Senator Hamato Ziono.
Yeah, he's from Resistance. He's like the father of
he's
Kaz,
the
right?
father of Kaz Ziono.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we get the live action version of Hamato Ziono. So kind of interesting, like, which is also, if you think about it, like, oh, we have never ever talked about Resistance, Star Wars Resistance, even
I
though
have never ever seen it.
We talked about it on Thursday, actually.
it's
We did.
it's pseudo in this era, right?
It's like pre-first order, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
the beginning of the
It's supposed to be, yeah.
Resistance.
It's supposed to be like the start of the Resistance.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Like
Exactly.
Rebels, but start of the
Mhm.
Resistance. Yeah.
Which the whole point is what I was trying to get at is that it's also a Filoni project.
Right.
So Filoni's, very good at taking legends and bringing it into play or
Mhm.
bringing little things into play. And now he's making Resistance relevant to the other properties that we kind of love, like Ahsoka.
Mhm.
So it's kind of interesting because everybody kind of pseudo hates Resistance. Like nobody talks about Resistance.
Right.
I've just never seen. I heard it wasn't that good. Like I had, as much as I had heard that Rebels was good, I had heard that Resistance wasn't. So
It wasn't the best.
yeah. So I just skipped it. But I did want to talk about like the overall feel of Ahsoka itself because I wasn't here for like last week, and
go for it.
I've really enjoyed how they're getting back to more of the Ronin samurai warrior, almost like Lone Wolf and Cub. That two people, you walk on a path and it's just you and your apprentice, and that's how and it seems like they're getting back to that. I really enjoy that. It's Skywalker adjacent, yes, but it's not. It's a different story going in a different direction, and it's about walking that path with one other person. I feel like that's what this whole thing is about. Everybody's coupled up. You've got Sabine and Ahsoka, you've got Balin and Shen, you've got Morgan and Thrawn, you've got
Hera
you know,
and
I-
Jason.
Hera and Jason.
Jason. Oh my God, we got a live
Yeah.
action Jason Syndulla.
Yeah, so I mean you've got that, and then the ones that like you've got Marok. We don't know where Marok fits into that, so he's kind of the
He
fifth
seems
wheel almost.
like he seems like a Sith acolyte at this point.
Yeah, I'm wondering if his relationship is either Vader or the Emperor himself. And so, yeah, I mean, but that's a conversation for a different time. But I just like how they have that, like that mentality.
Mhm.
And we saw it in the beginning of The Mandalorian with him and the kid, and it was very Lone Wolf and Cub. And now you've got, this where it's, yes, there's a group of them, but they have also paired off. And so it's like, and you see the different agendas. It's not necessarily all political. It's just, I think it's a well-balanced show. So I just wanted to say that. Oh, and at the beginning of the Ahsoka, did you notice that Marok's helmet is in blue and Sabine's helmet is in red?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if you guys mentioned that or anything,
We
but
haven't
that
mentioned-
was interesting.
I
What does
know.
that mean?
So right now, the rumors again. I posted it on Distance Nerding. The rumors are going nuts right now because now they're
Mhm.
saying that the significance of the blue and the fact that Marok's helmet is very similar to it's very similar to damn it, why am I forgetting his name right now?
Galahad?
No, to
I'd heard about the Arthurian legend thing that was going around, so that's what I was like.
Arthurian to
Morgan Elsbeth, Morok being wolf.
The Fenris, Knight of the Round Table Fenris, which is a wolf. But yeah, and he became a werewolf. Like she turned him into a werewolf.
Yeah, something.
But his name was Marok. Yeah, Sir Marok.
No, who I'm thinking of right now is
Is it
Who the one
is that
about
who you're thinking
Anakin,
about?
so that they think it's the Anakin clone or the
No,
Luke
Kanan.
clone.
now people
Kanan.
say that
Okay.
it's Kanan.
Yeah.
And the reason they're saying it's Kanan is because they're saying that because Morgan,
When he was blind and he had the thing.
the
Okay.
hand over his eye. So what they're saying is because Morgan is essentially a witch, and technically, if she is a Night Sister, she could also be a necromancer, which means that she it's possible for her to bring Kanan Jarrus back from the dead, and that maybe he is a that Marok is basically a zombie Kanan under her power. That is a stretch, but that is one of the theories that's out there right now.
No.
I say no too, but I mean that's also why people are saying that's why it's blue, because it's foreshadowing that that it's a light side character, and if if it's not gonna be what's his name?
Ezra Bridger.
Not going to be Ezra Bridger. It's going to be a revived Kanan Jarrus. And it's like what they're saying is because they're trying. The rumor is that he's trying to do a full on Rebels reunion, and the only way to do that is to bring back Kanan Jarrus, and this is how he brings back Kanan Jarrus.
Okay, I still say no.
Yeah, I say no on that, but I mean that's another rumor that's out there.
I'll throw my tacos in their face.
Yeah.
I mean, what? No, I would never do that. No, there are so many. I'm to the point now where I think this Marok thing is a total distraction. If it is somebody recognizable, I think it'll be somebody recognizable from either High Republic or Old Republic.
That would be cool. If it was somebody from Old Republic, that would be cool.
Yeah, I'm just saying I think that might be it. Or we might see something from Legends to bring in a little bit more of the whole Luke's his temple and stuff.
Maybe he's Luke's clone.
Yeah, I would see, and I thought about that. I thought he might be Anakin's clone or Luke's clone. I think whoever it is, it's going to be somebody important somebody that is going to put Ahsoka or Sabine on the back foot.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it's going to be tailored to, but I don't know who that's going to be.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Plo
going to
Koon?
It is Plo Koon. Oh my god, that would be awesome. I think whoever it ends up being somebody who disrupts the entire storyline. So, someone who you're not expecting, but at the same time is like someone who's important in the lore of Star Wars.
Yeah, heck, it could be Cal Kestis.
Ooh,
No, it wouldn't be.
See, in the game, in the second game, Cal is teetering on the dark side. So it's like it could be Cal Kestis, and Cal Kestis also does have a dual wields a lightsaber and has a double bladed lightsaber. So I mean, like
Star Killer. It's gonna be Star Killer.
I don't think it's Star Killer, but it could be Cal Kestis. That would explain why Cal Kestis isn't in the rest of the canon at this point.
Mm-hmm. And then I was thinking about, because they've already talked about Dathomir and the Night Sisters. What if it's not Darth Maul and not
Savage Opress.
Yeah, not Savage Opress, but what if it's another one of the
another Morian?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, I was thinking that might be an interesting thing too. Like Ahsoka gets her own, Maul. And all you hear is it going, Ahsoka! He does
Which would be 10 times funnier that
Sam Witwer is.
Sam Witwer's playing him because it's like, so are we
That's
saying
what I think it's gonna be.
are we saying that all Dathmorians sound like Sam Witwer? Is that what we're saying?
Yep. Yeah,
Didn't
and all
Clancy Brown play
Devorians sound
Savage?
like Clancy Brown.
Yeah. I was looking, at that fight scene with Ahsoka, and
Mhm.
the Marok character is very like slim looking.
Yes,
and
he is very slim.
And he
so-
doesn't stand up straight.
Yeah, so it couldn't be. I don't think it could be Savage Opress. It's got to
I
be
think he's too
somebody.
small to be Savage Opress. Savage Opress,
Yeah.
meaty dude, man. He was big.
So
I don't think so either. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I was even
He
thinking
didn't
like,
look like he had robot legs, so it's definitely not.
what would trip people out? Like maybe this is the Mephisto. Maybe this is how Samuel L. Jackson comes back, and it's Mace Windu or something like that. But
That would be really
No.
interesting.
No, you know what? It is
body
Mephisto.
type isn't-
It's
the body
Mephisto.
type isn't there.
It's Mephisto.
Yeah,
You know who it is? It's Watto.
It's Watto.
Watto. Where's your wings, Watto?
He must be.
It's Jason. It's Jason that time traveled to the future, and now he's making sure he gets to where he is and he becomes Marok. I have no idea that. I mean,
No,
that's actually
I-
another. No, that's another theory that it's grown up Jason Syndulla.
What's scary is that I mean, Rebels did establish that time travel is a thing, so
Yeah.
it could be a grown up Jason Syndulla.
I
Give it-
just don't think that's where they're going with him.
I don't think they're going there with him either.
I
But-
think he's a plant for the Ray movie.
Oh,
Oh, is how we do this. Okay, let's keep going because there's a few other Easter eggs we covered.
I am. Yes.
Jason Syndulla.
And he was so adorable.
Yeah, he
Like
was super-
adorable. And I'm sorry, guys, but do you know how hard it is to have someone have green hair and have it show up correctly on camera, on film? It is dark green hair is one of the hardest colors to show up, just like dark blue, because they both look black.
Good point. Good point.
Sorry, that's just
It's
it's an acting thing with me, and it's like, guys, just shut up about it.
what's funny for me is like, okay, so if a Twi'lek and a human have a child together, they look mostly human.
Yeah, but we've seen on the animated shows where they've had it where it's opposite, where it's they look like Twi'leks. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's if a Jedi and a Twi'lek. I don't know. It's genetics. Do we know Twi'lek genetics?
I mean,
Well, when a human and a Twi'lek are in love,
let's talk made up character. Let's do this.
Well, because look, we have something to establish, like Liara's species in Mass Effect. If they can have relations with anyone, and every time it turns out to be one of their species. What is their species called? Anybody know?
I don't remember.
Mass Effect.
Asari. The
Asari.
Asari.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know.
Yeah,
just,
it's Asari. But they turn out to be that because there was one of them, I think it was in the first game, where her father was a Krogan, and that's why she was so angry all the time. So
That tracks.
yeah. But that's it. So it's like it's one of those like, is it that kind of thing where the Twi'lek can choose what they look like in utero or anything like that? I mean, I don't know. We don't know about any of that.
we don't, and we're not going to find out.
You know
Look,
what
you guys brought this up.
You know what else we don't know about is all the other stuff that Hu Yang has known for like over the millennia that he's been alive, the 25,000 years. But we do know that the standards of the Jedi have only been written for about 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he pretty much confirmed that the Jedi code was only codified 1,000 years ago.
Well, that Jedi code. So it could be that the
What
current
we know
Jedi
as the
code,
Jedi code.
yeah, but like the previous Jedi codes, I think that's what we'll start seeing. Like if the Old Republic, High Republic stuff takes off and people watch it, I think we'll start seeing more stories from that, and we may get a previous Jedi code from like the Old Republic
Mhm.
where it has something else, and that if Hu Yang is the like the basically the database or archive for it, then he'll know that one too. It's just at this point we don't know yet. I just have the strong feeling. Like I'm really like I have a high like midichlorian count with this, and so I really feel like this is gonna happen. You could call it a force vision, if you will.
Speaking of high Mandalorian count, did you catch that Hu Yang hinted that there were other Mandalorian Jedi? Because he said there have been a few other Mandalorian Jedi.
Yeah, and we only know about one.
Yeah,
Tar Vizsla. Yeah.
Tar Vizsla. So
The creator of the Darksaber.
Mm-hmm.
And the Mandalorians and the Jedi had a little bit of a war back in the day. So who knows? Maybe there is hope that Sabine can wield some of the Force action.
Right.
Kinda-
It's a trip because they mentioned that in the Mandalorian, like the reason that they have that the reason they forged the armor that they have and the way that they've done it over millennia is so that they want to be able to fight anyone anywhere at any time. And they did that specifically because the most powerful weapon in the universe was a Jedi's lightsaber. And it's like,
Right.
oh yeah, well, this particular version of steel that we use is resistant to a Jedi's lightsaber.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, and it makes sense, but yeah, no, the Mandalorians and the Jedi have been adversaries for probably a millennia.
I mean,
As
like,
long as the code has been there. So.
right? It's a storyline in the Old Republic that like there was
Mhm.
an entire war between the Jedi and the Mandalorians, and the Mandalorians almost won.
Yeah.
This was
So I
all
mean,
for like
yeah.
they were nomads at this time. If they had established themselves on their own planet and had like an actual kind of like root system, they probably would have been able to beat the Jedi.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. So yeah, so I do think that the Mandalorians that we currently know, or the Mandalorians of this generation, they could have been um by the Mandalorian way, this is the way type stuff. The Jedi force sensitivity could have been bred out of them
Right.
to where they don't know if they're force sensitive or not. Because you have to think about it, like freaking Din Djarin is so good at sniping people. He's probably a little force sensitive. And so, like, the people that are really good, like gunslingers or really good flyers or things like those are telltale signs of having force sensitivity. And so I could see that maybe a lot of the Mandalorians are force sensitive. They just
Mhm.
call it something
Yeah.
else.
Right.
Well, a lot
So
haven't really talked about it, but like maybe like accessing the Force manifests differently in different people, kind of like the way, say, a mutant power would manifest differently in the mutants of the Marvel world. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
I mean, maybe that's how they access it. Is like Sabine is great with weapons and explosives. Maybe that's how she manifests, the Force, or uses the Force. So we'll see. You know who manifested some strong Force? It was Ahsoka in that spacesuit. What? Biggest fashion statement of the New Republic.
I
Holy cow.
expect some cosplay of this and Halloween costumes of this people. I expect it.
Absolutely.
Send us emails with the pictures and we will put them on the show.
100%. Oh my god, space lightsabers, space Twi'leks. I like this. This was cool.
Well, it
No.
was but Plo Koon did it in Clone Wars. So it's not the first time we've seen it, but it is the first time we've seen it in live action, and it
Exactly.
looked really cool.
Uh,
And then
I'm just gonna correct something that James just said, just because I have to, but like impulsively. Ahsoka's not a Twi'lek; she's a Togruta.
Okay. Sorry.
and then Hera is a Twi'lek though.
Yeah,
And
Twi'lek.
Shen, where's the headset, the old style headset? I actually have a theory about this.
Oh yeah, what's
Yeah,
So I know it's the headset you're talking about, like the one that she's wearing when she's in the
Mhm.
in the starship.
yeah, when she's actually shooting at Ahsoka in space.
Right.
Yeah. So my theory is, so like they already established that all of the Imperial like ship yards and like whatever they call them, spaceship yards or whatever, they were turned over to the Republic, right? As soon as they won the war. So they
Right.
may not have access to the to all of the newer like equipment. And so they're using the older equipment, and also the older equipment may not be as traceable, which we've seen on The Mandalorian, that the older the ship, the less traceable it is because the codes
Right.
aren't as, so I'm wondering if that's like the actual solution to this. Also, it looks so freaking cool on her. She should always wear that. It is a look for her, and it's a good one.
It goes well with the
Targaryen in space. That's what she's
See a
I'm calling her
haircut?
in this series.
Targaryen in space. You know what? She does look very much like a Targaryen in space.
Yeah, like if she didn't get this show, I would have been like, "Girl, you need to be on House of the Dragon. You
I
you know,
keep laughing.
get that dialect coach. You get some British in you, and you go over there and you be in House of the Dragon."
Matt was on earlier, Matt Aguilar from Comic Book Nation.
Right.
His co-host on the show, Connor, he keeps calling she Hati's haircut. He's the girl with the Sia haircut? That girl. I always laugh whenever he says it.
The girl with the Sia haircut.
Yeah, the girl with Sia haircut.
That's good.
Yeah, I call her Little Mouse, and I call Balin Big Bear
I'm gonna call her
because he's
Sia.
so huge and she's so small, and she's always like crouched, and so I think that's another like dichotomy they're working with them. Just like with Sabine and Ahsoka, they're so much alike. All we're seeing is how different Shen and Balin are, and I think that that's done on purpose. But I think that's why I call her Little Mouse. I feel very Russian when I'm around both of them.
Hello,
It's like
mouse.
Little Mouse and Big Bear.
Little mouse.
You're the Big Bear. I love the Big Bear.
You
Look
are-
at those shoulders. Big Bear.
You are Big Bear.
Yes.
Big Bear.
You're big like bear. I love it.
I crushed head like sparrow egg between thighs.
What's bigger? What's bigger than a bear is a purgle.
Oh my
Yes, space whales.
yes, Queen. All right, dude. I was so excited to see Purgle. You guys have no idea just like how just awesome it was to see it. And I was thinking like, oh, they're gonna make it look like a space whale. It's gonna look like a regular ass whale. And when you look at it, it's like, no, it is literally exactly with the tentacles and everything, the way that it was in the show. I love how awesome the Purgles look in live action.
Oh, I do too. To me, they look like whales, but they look like mythical characters too.
Yeah.
So they've got like that good, like everything's really balanced in this show. It really is. I have been so impressed with how balanced everything is. Like we get the little nods to other shows, we get the nods to the classic moments in Star Wars, the space battle at the beginning, or the one ship overtaking it, that kind of stuff. You get the on the ground stuff, the running scene, because you got to have a running scene, and then like there's like little moments, but then it's also its own thing too. And the way they balance it has just been beautiful so far.
Yeah, I thought it was super cool. I know we got a hint of it in what was it, Mandalorian, but I was super happy to see the whales, and it looked really good. Like the CGI looked really good. I was like, you know what? I'm kind of on board with this. I remember seeing in the Rebels, I'm like, come on, space squid whales. What's happening here? Come on,
Yeah.
Filoni, you're reaching. But this sort of works, and I'm okay with it. And I love how they're such a crucial part of the story.
Yeah.
And it's not just, oh, Ezra's gone because of space whales, but these whales or space whales have like had such an integral part of how things are connected. Because really, it's like this is how people originally started doing hyperspace.
Right.
Yeah.
Hyperspace travel is based on Purgle migration patterns.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's such a cool concept to bring in, but then it also just kind of changes the dynamic of Star Wars altogether.
Wait, do you think we'll find out what parsecs actually means now? What if the P? No, what if the P stands for Purgle?
Well, parsec is an actual thing.
Yeah, but I mean in this universe, because they say it's how many jump points you go through, right? Like a parsec is that particular going from that space to another space.
Well, a parsec is a measurement of distance. Like it's an actual thing, right? And what they with Solo, they finally fixed why he says it was the ship that did the what was it, the spice run?
Kessel.
The Kessel run. That's right. The Kessel run in 12 parsecs, right? And they're like, well, that the ongoing joke for the longest time was a parsec is a measurement of distance, not speed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they addressed it in the Solo movie. What it was the lane going from known space to Kessel went through like a space fog, right? And the whole idea was trying to navigate the easiest way out of the bog without destroying your ship. And,
okay.
And what happened was Han figured out how to basically dead reckoning it without destroying his ship.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I was thinking it was just going to be like Purgle, something routes, like Purgle.
Purgles are relatively spaced archaeologists. Cousin.
No, like the sec was just going to be like seconds or whatever, sectors. Yeah. But the par was going to be like Purgle autonomous routes or something, or Purgle auto routes or something. Yeah. And that's what par was going to be. And then he ruined it. So you ruined it.
I'm sorry, but I mean, because a parsec is a real thing.
Well, I knew it was a real thing in the real world, but we're talking about the space world.
You mansplained this fun right out of her idea.
I did, because they explained it in Star Wars already.
Okay.
La 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 la.
Let's rate it.
But wait, are we not going to talk about the whole Ahsoka confirmed the theory that Purgles are? Oh no, we already talked about that. Never mind. La 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 la. Oh no, Eye of Sion is a hyperspace ring.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
we all kind of knew that was what it was, though.
As soon as we saw it, we're like, okay, I got it. It's a Jedi thing. Got it.
It's the MacGuffin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's definitely the MacGuffin. So rating wise, what do you guys give this?
Go ahead, Frey.
You want me to go first? Are you sure?
I totally want you to go first, so young Phil doesn't ruin your rating.
Oh, that's that.
If I'm going after her, I'm gonna ruin it. Obviously, come on.
All right, here's mine. I'm going to give it 456 Ahsoka Tano's in spacesuits out of 457
parsecs.
Purgles.
What happened to my rating system this episode? It completely got
It works. I said
up.
456 out of 457. It's the same thing. It's like a 9 of 10. Okay.
Matt chimed in and supported you, and from then on, the top blew off.
That's when
my
you
goodness.
lost control.
Yeah.
Yay!
James lost control a long time ago.
Yeah, I lost it.
What's your rating, James?
I was gonna go 12 parsecs out of 12 parsecs. No, just kidding. I will say I liked it. It felt short. I think this is the shortest one, like 30,
Mhm.
30,
36 minutes, I
4.
think.
36 minutes. It felt short, so I want more. So I will say I gave this 8 Purgles out of 10 Ahsoka spacesuits because those were fire.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
We did the opposite of each other.
Yes.
Oh my god, and Hugh Yang going, what did I miss? It's like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was
what?
great.
Powered
The-
down.
oh yeah, because he was powered out, and then it's like they finally like land in their, pseudo safe, and it's like, and then he powers up and he goes, what did I miss? And then they both look at each other like, are you serious? We're
So-
not telling you. And then like they come back and he's like, oh, Purgles. Oh, that's wonderful.
It's like, oh, look at the pretty flowers, Purgles.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
young Phil, what do you got?
I'm gonna give this 7.
7.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I'm gonna give this 7. 7 awesome homages to Japanese cinema.
Is anything 7 awesome when you rate
Yeah,
it?
I
at
mean, it's
7?
still good. It's still,
Well, I mean, 7 can be very magnificent.
yeah.
Yeah. 7 out of what?
7 out of well, like 7 homage, again, very good homages to Japanese cinema. Out of
8 would have been better.
10 out of 10 weird space rings that Hugh Yang had to wake up to tell everybody about.
Oh, that's good. All right. Okay.
10
David Tennant is just amazing.
This
as
may be
Hugh
the
Yang.
this may be the first time that we all like something, but young Phil is the lowest ranking one.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't dislike it. I just, like I said, I felt like it was a little slow. There was a little more that could have happened in the episode.
Exactly.
It didn't move the story. I'm giving you like why I gave it a 7. It didn't move the story along as much as I would have wanted it to.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
You know, it was the character building was really good. You know, I mean, we did get some exposition and more like kind of explanation for things, but it didn't really move the story itself forward as much as I wanted it to move.
Yeah,
So
it
the
was
7
like,
wasn't quite awesome.
it's a solid C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a C.
Nobody says, "Hey, you did awesome. Here's a C. You did an awesome C job."
If he found 3 things that he didn't like, then that would be a 7.
Right.
So, I mean, that's how I look at it. I
Yeah,
mean, I
not
found
awful.
456 things I liked
Yeah.
and
That's awesome.
457 things
That
that
is
were in it. So one thing I didn't like, but that was it.
Oh, she just liked Purgles that much.
Mhm.
Well, I just feel like you can't say there were 10 Purgles because there were way more than 10 Purgles there. So that was part of it.
But
But
Purgles are awesome.
I also really I would love a scene between Hugh Yang and Chopper. I think we need that.
Oh my God. Are they going to be the new R2D2 and C3PO? Like we need that.
I would love that. I
If
would love to
You
see
should make
that.
that your prediction.
Mine?
For the Nerd Out.
No, I already gave my prediction for the Nerd Out for
You
episode
have
4.
More than one.
Oh no, I might. I mean, that may be my one for episode 5. I'll have to see what happens in episode 4. But yeah, I said Callus or Zeb and or Callus will come to help them.
Oh
So-
yeah, there you go. That's good.
Because Callus, like Zeb and Callus left together. So if Zeb's back, Callus could be back too. We just haven't seen him yet. And I think that he's important because I think he might actually take the place of Kanan, not for Hera, but like as far as like he's that, I got to be the level-headed one. but I'm gonna punch you if I get a chance, kind of thing. So, so yeah, I just think that he might be a good. I would love to see that. I would like to see a Callus because I thought he was a really interesting character because he was kind of the bratty little villain of the first couple seasons and then turned on everybody and then Thrawn came in and then everybody was like, what? Oh my God, why do we have Thrawn? This is weird. And then Callus was like, man, I know what you mean because he is like a monster and he's blue with red eyes. Who has red eyes when they're blue? Come on.
Do you
Everybody
think-
knows. You
do
do
you
black.
Do you think Callus is now a New Republic officer?
I think he's more of a mercenary. I think he kind of
Out of the military kind of thing?
yeah, because like when they left, they were on their way to the Lasat homeworld,
Yeah.
like the original
He
one.
retired. He retired.
Yeah, he retired, but I think something like this, knowing that Thrawn's coming back, would get him out of retirement. And so I think that might be something because he would want to get payback for Thrawn because Thrawn did a lot of stuff. So
Okay. I got my hand raised. Are you guys ready for this?
When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
Move along.
Here's my
okay,
prediction.
Jonathan.
Here's my prediction.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're wondering who Marok is. We don't know what's going on.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've seen a couple Jedi here and there in this New Republic era. What are we gonna do? There was a flashback scene in Mandalorian of a certain Jedi saving Grogu.
No.
We haven't seen him since. What if Marok is Kelleron Beck?
Oh, don't break my heart. We just got Kelleron Beck back as a good guy, man. Come on.
I don't think it's going to happen. And let me tell you why. Because Ahmed Best has gone on record as saying he is developing something with Star Wars about Kelleron Beck. So he wouldn't say he's currently developing something if he was already in this.
Okay, it's Zombie Kanan. There you go. You come up with your story about Zombie Kanan. I'm gonna say it's a Jedi that we didn't see die.
You said Ahsoka and Balin have a lightsaber fighty fight.
Yeah. I just don't want it to be Kelleron Beck because Ahmed Best went through so much crap over the years. Finally gets a character that people love and respect, and then right away we turn him into a bad guy. Like I want Kelleron Beck to be. I want to see him as more of a hero over this course than immediately the next property we see him in, he's a bad guy.
I have something to say, and I'm gonna say it really close.
About James kissing his daughters right now?
No. Although they may not want to be in here to hear this, but okay. What I want to say is you save the savior of the universe and you get a medal. I save one of the cutest things in the universe that might be the savior of the universe as well. And I get vilified. That's what Kelleron Beck would be saying if he turned out to be Marok. Because, it's just not fair.
Yeah, deal with it. I mean, it's not
He's
fair.
gonna go all Wanda. That was from Doctor Strange. That was my Doctor Strange WandaVision thing.
I'm just throwing it out there.
I'm just gonna have to go back to Madison,
Jedi.
apparently.
Because if it was Zombie Kanan fighting Ahsoka would mean more. He wouldn't just jump into a fight with Ahsoka.
I think it's Darth Nihilus.
Oh, that would be dope.
Wouldn't that be weird? A wound in the Force.
The thing, I was gonna say the only problem with Darth Nihilus is because I think canonically he's already like ageless.
Yeah, he's he has no like corporeal form or something at the moment.
He's the embodiment of death.
Yeah, and the only reason why I said that, it was a joke because of Scion. It's the Eye of Scion.
I think every time I see that name, I think of Darth Scion. Me
too. And so, but I was like, well, it's not Traya. it couldn't be her
I
because
think Treya, honestly, like if you go back and look at that character, I think she was a Night Sister.
I do too. I think she was a Night Sister that turned to the Jedi, and then something happened and it made her go Sith. I think that's it. I think she was a Night Sister though,
She looks like
or from that. Yeah, she totally does. But yeah, no, I mean really. But I think it's going to be something like that. Maybe it'll be a Malak, like a Darth Malak. I don't think it'll be a Revan or anything. I think it'll be somebody that we might see like a clone. It would be cool if it was a clone of Exar Kun.
ooh.
But he wouldn't be that controllable. So
This is all stuff that like James is like, okay, what the fuck are you guys talking about right now?
Well, you guys are talking about clones,
But we're
and
talking about
zombies,
We're-
and
we're-
I gave you somebody that was actually alive and we didn't see die, or from like expanded universe that it no longer exists, and you're like,
oh my
I don't know
God.
about that idea. That's,
What if
that's
this
a little
was-
far fetched.
What if this was a young clone of Darth Bane?
Jesus Christ! more
whoa,
clones.
that would be amazing.
Bane is
What if they brought in the immortal? What's his name? Oh, from the multiplayer online one. What is his name? I want to say Vitriol, but it's not Vitriol. It's the Emperor, the immortal Emperor.
I know who you're talking about. I don't remember.
Yeah. I can't remember it. I haven't ever played the game, but I've seen some of the cutscenes, and he had the
He's from Shadows of the
twins.
Force. Yeah, he was from
Yeah.
Shadows of the Force.
Yeah,
No,
that would be cool.
Darth Bane is now canon.
That's true.
At the end of not the final season of Clone Wars, but the Lost episodes one. There's an
Mhm.
episode where Yoda communes with Darth Bane, and they have an entire conversation about the dark versus the light, and Darth Bane canonically is the one who created the rule of two.
hmm That would be interesting. I don't know if Palpatine would let somebody clone them though. It's weird. I feel like it's such a distraction. It's keeping us from what the real story is. And I feel the real story is going to be about Balin and Ahsoka and Shen and Sabine. So
Well, I think the real story is we got merch, people.
We got merch, people.
Pew, 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 pew.
Again, you guys are talking about zombies and dead people and people from expanded universe. I give you a Jedi that we never saw die, and you're like, man,
James
I don't
is-
know.
James is upset.
Let's go back to zombies because
James
we
is
missed
really
the wa-
upset about this.
we
You know
missed the
what?
Walking Dead.
You know what?
I said Mace Windu was a cool choice. So hush.
What would make James happier is if we talked about the fact that we got hats, $35 each, people, or you can get $30 if you get multiple hats. As of right now, Galaxy Gray is the only color we have available for our distance nerding hats. Hey, we've got shirts. You see the shirts that we've had online. James is wearing one of them right now. DM us, guys, at Distance Nerding on your social media of choice, or send us an email, which we'll tell you here in a second. But get us your size. Tell us where we're shipping it to. $20 if you're local to the Sacramento area. $25 if I've got to ship it to you. Now, of course, guys, if you want to go and get in on that expanded universe merch, see what I'm doing here?
No, multiversal
You wanna
merch.
get into that expanded universe merch, go to lucharillas.com. That's right, lucharillas.com. All kinds of fun stuff over there. If you guys are interested in the Lucharillas gear, they're rocking out with shirts and bottle openers and all of a sudden the bump box,
Beanies.
the bump box. They've got
The bump box.
They're awesome. So, guys, putting the link in the chat, head over to lucharillas.com and get in on that beautiful, beautiful Lucharillas merch.
Beautiful bean footage.
Beans are beautiful.
Beans are beautiful. Lagoons.
By the way, I love these shirts. They're super fun.
Are they super soft?
Well, yeah, they're pretty soft. One of the things, like, we have our little Funko Pops, like
Mhm.
our Pop Yourself that we did, that we bring to the
We're
con.
saying pop a lot in this. I'm just saying, we're saying pop a lot. We said pop in the beginning, and now it's like we're bookending pop.
Pop, lock, and drop it.
Okay, I had a story I was getting to about how we're listening to our audience, and we have our Funko dolls, action figures, and people are like, "Oh, can I buy one of these?" And you can't because they're only ours. But we thought the next best thing was like, "Hey, let's do T-shirts," and now we have Funko Pop T-shirts. I said it like I'm from Michigan. Pap
Paps. You
From the
need
Yupa?
pap.
T-shirts
I need a soda.
From the Yupa?
from the Youps.
Yupa.
See, it all makes
I
sense.
think I
And now we
love
can-
them. I think they're amazing. I don't
then
have
you
a
get-
pop of me.
And you can get T-shirts
Yep.
with a pap.
And a pap.
You can drink a pap while looking at our pap while wearing a pap.
All I was saying was that we were saying pop a lot. Because I can't make the pop joke again because I already did it once this episode.
You're saying pop a lot.
I like to pop and lock.
You guys been saying pop. You guys been saying expanded universe and clones and zombies, and nobody's saying that I'm pretty good for my Kelleron Beck. I didn't even get I give it an awesome 7.
Did
rating
you
for my
do a
Kelleron
Keller
Beck.
and Beck?
I did it just now.
Did you?
You know what I'm gonna say right now, James? Stop crying.
There's no crying on the download.
Did you check the back window, James?
No, back window's open. There's a back window. Don't forget Mondays game streams 8 to 12 or 8 till whenever young Phil keeps gaming and he wants to keep messing with his characters on Street Fighter,
Street Fighter 6, baby.
tattoos, and
When are
math.
you going to start playing Starfield?
Starfield comes out tomorrow, so I don't know. Maybe I might start playing Starfield next week. Just get a level or 2 in.
I heard there's some interesting voices.
Ooh.
So Monday game streams 8 to 12. Tuesdays the download 6:30 to 8:30 or 6:30 until tomorrow because this is the longest episode ever. Thursdays we got
This
the
is not the
build.
longest episode ever.
We're working on it. We're working on it. This is a marathon, not a sprint. The build from 6 to 8 p.m. on Twitch and YouTube. Hang out with young Phil as he arrives late for the build, and as he arrives late for his own show.
Yeah.
And Grave and everybody else has to hold the fort down, including the guests. So
A
we'll be
night. Yeah.
So we do interviews, we do brackets, fun times. It's just a hangout. It's a have fun and hang out.
We occasionally do brackets.
That really is where we're at this point. It happens occasionally, and I mean mainly because we have such good conversations. Yeah, we forget to do the brackets.
Well, we were like, it was pretty crowded last week, so I mean that was it. We got 4 decided, so I felt like we accomplished something getting that 4 decided.
Last week was fun. It was interactive. It was cool to hear about independent filmmaking from actual independent filmmakers. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, it was great.
Come on.
They were such good sports. All 3 of them were such good sports too. It was good. And they answered my Barbie question, so I was pretty happy about that.
See, it's perfect. Speaking of, Frey, give us some pluggables. I know you got some pluggables. You got some new pluggables? What kind of pluggables are we talking about?
I mean, I'm thinking of dipping my toes into the history of comics. So yeah, on my channel, and this actually came from James. James had this. I was live on the Nerd App, and I saw this message on our little messenger group, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's great!" But I couldn't say anything because it was just me and Mezzo this week, and so yeah. But he came up with a like a comics herstory, so like me telling the histories of females in comic books and like how different female heroes have evolved and different origins and reboots and different things like that. So I thought that was kind of cool, and I really like that. And I am a woman, so it seems like that's a pretty no-brainer there for me to cover a story about women. And then origin stories, which I we're going to do on this channel on the Distance Nerding, and it's going to be those really interesting, sometimes behind the scenes origins of your favorite characters, like Captain Marvel. I mean, not, some people know, but not everybody knows that
Right.
that Marvel and DC went into battle over the name Captain Marvel, and so that's kind of an
for them.
yeah, and so it's an interesting story behind the scenes story, but also, we'll tell the origin of Captain Marvel, the Marvel's Captain Marvel, and kind of how Carol got to be Captain Marvel. And I want to do Miss Marvel and Photon as well, because that movie's coming up. Maybe do some of the Loki characters and just kind of tell about their origins, because not everybody knows how those characters actually came to be and what they did. Or what they did do. This all came about because of Blue Beetle. Just by the
Yes,
way.
exactly. I was gonna say, like, what really got me interested in this is your review of Blue Beetle on the Nerd Out, and how
Yeah.
you went into the deep history of Blue Beetle, and I just thought it was at DC Comics, but it wasn't. It was at a different comic firm or comic.
I knew about Charlton, but I didn't know about Fox. So that was a really interesting thing for me. I knew Dan Garrett had been at Charlton, and then they introduced Ted Kord, and that's how we got the second Blue Beetle. And then I knew all about the DC getting their superhero line. I knew that stuff, but I didn't know the stuff about Fox Comics. So that was really neat. And that's the stuff I love. I love to hear these stories. Like Neil Gaiman was saying on Blue Sky the other day that he about his lawsuit against McFarlane, who had created basically these kind of the same characters that he had created for Spawn. And they had this whole lawsuit and he won it. And so, but these are the things that most people don't know about. Like they wouldn't know about this. And so I just thought that's kind of a secret origin. That's a secret origin of characters that we made, and could tell people the reasons why some characters aren't used anymore and things. So I just thought that was kind of neat. And it's really neat to know, oh gosh, these characters have been around a lot longer than I thought they were.
Yeah,
So.
Shazam was like the same situation. He was a character owned by another comic. I want to say it was Time
Wiz Comics, I think.
It was Wiz Comics. And then they got bought out by DC because Captain Marvel was too similar to Superman, and that's why they changed up the way that he is. And then they got sued by Marvel, lost the lawsuit, and they changed him to Shazam.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's like Miracle Man. There's a whole thing about Miracle Man.
I love it.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, so I just thought that would be cool, and it'd be like maybe like 5-10 minutes, like probably at the most 10 minutes. I mean, there are some really complicated like backstories for some of these characters, and then
Maybe
some of them
part 1s, part 2s. I get it.
Yeah, some of them it's just like, oh yeah, they premiered on this day and they've been in comics since this time, and bye-bye everybody. Like, I mean, some of them are pretty easy, but obviously we'll pad those a little, make it pretty.
Whole idea. We're definitely watching that, just like we're, watching
the Classified, which we still so Shadu has been at his father's, and he's on vacation, so he's not back till the 10th. Once he gets back, we will get the Star Trek one. That's our second episode.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna tell you which Star Trek, so you'll have to tune in for that.
That's good.
Yeah, there's so many, and they all would be different. Like different makeups of different characters.
So are you guys doing Next Generation so you can do the Borg, or
hey?
I guess you're gonna have to find out.
Borg are definitely necromancers. We're definitely going with that.
But yeah, so, and I think that's fun, and we do have to redo at least one of our what do we call them, journals of the classes or something, where it's all the different classes of Dungeons and Dragons and subclasses. We actually left out a subclass of one of them, so we have to go back and do it again. So
beauty of editing.
Right, exactly. So that's what I said. I was like, we'll just do it and edit it in or whatever we need to do. But yeah, so I've got some things coming up on my channel, my Frey Girl channel. I did
Oh.
is because of James, this little Mr. right here, Jamie James. I have to be, see, that's why I had to be mean to you tonight, because you were so nice the other day. I can't, it throws off our chi, dude. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Okay, you're right. You're right.
But yeah, so I changed. So I'm doing Frey Comics for all of my. So I'm gonna have. I have a TikTok that's Frey Comics. My new Instagram is Frey Comics. I still have the other ones. So if you guys want to follow me on those and the Frey Comics, but the Frey Comics is going to be just my professional one. So it'll have all my funny random stuff, and it'll be more about, like, I don't know, I'm pretty much the same person on and off screen, so it's not like this is any different, but it'll be more professional. It'll have all my nerd out stuff and my distance
Awesome.
learning stuff. So yeah.
Sweet.
All right, and I'm gonna stop talking now so you guys can talk.
Well, if you have something you want to discuss, tell us what you're nerding out on, and make sure to let us know in the Facebook group, the Distance Nerdington Post, or a bunch of other places that Philippe is going to talk about.
Guys, if you want to support us, in the best way possible, and just make it so that we can keep on attempting to entertain you the best that we can, guys, join the taco party. All you got to do is go to distancelearning.com, head over to the top left corner. You'll see a little button that says join the taco party. You can join the taco party, and like I said, it helps support the show, helps support everything that we do, so we can continue to put out the best entertainment that we can possible for you guys. We appreciate you guys on every level. Thank you so much for being who you are and supporting us in the ways you do. Guys, connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, MySpace, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and mandals, all at Distance Nerding. And of course, you can send us an email if you want to tell us how much you hate us, how much you love us, how much you like James's new lighting and that the lighting works a lot better than it did last week, how much you love Frey's headphones. If you want us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, other name the list of what you want us to break up with. Anything
Cult
like
leader.
that. Cult leader. If you want us to bop a rabbit on the head, something like that, guys. All you got to do.
I got that reference. Oh my god. I'm gonna need a minute.
Throw the holy hand grenade of Antioch, something like that, guys. You can send us an email at
What? Antioch?
You don't know the holy hand grenade of Antioch?
It's a nice town, right? Outside Pleasanton.
No, holy hand grenade of Antioch is from. It's from.
And nerding at AOL.com. Tater in the chat. Yeah, about time. He must have been sleeping this entire time.
Just for him.
L.A. Night. Yeah.
All right. Way to show up at the very end, Tater. That's awesome.
Very end of the show, right?
That's a good 7 awesome of you to do that. So
he was like, I was listening the whole time through Philippe's window.
Thanks, and keep nerding together.
All right, guys.
Sometime soon.
Right. It is now time for the dance party. Let's get this going.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That is the freakiest thing. Where Oh my gosh.
What the shit? Fucking creepy thing.
Distance nerding.
Is it possessed? Oh, look at that! Look at that cute one.
He's shaking his head just
Look at
like
that.
Real James was a second ago.
Look at that cute little Funko Pab.
What the?
Oh my god!
Not cool.
Save me, Chappa.
It's so big.
Guys, I think Ahsoka's going to be on tonight.
We should probably go.
All right, excuse me while I go and change my shirt because that baby. Get out of